Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Big League Bourbon. Tonight, I've got my special guest, Bobby from Bourbon Battalion. Bobby's filling in tonight for a guest that canceled once again at the last minute. He's out of the show, let me tell you. So, me and Bobby have decided to get together, and we're going to celebrate Memorial Day in the military. A little late, but never too late, in my opinion. And tonight, we're going to have ourselves a little military-themed tasting. So, get ready, and here we go. How you doing tonight, Bobby?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Heck yeah, man. Me and Bobby got to spend the weekend at Lord Shane Long's Schlammering, so this is kind of revisiting for us, although not as much of one.
Yeah. A little bit different, isn't it?
Heck yeah, man. Absolutely. We got a lot of great people in here. We got Marty from Whiskey Nose in here. Adam, Mr. Whiskey Shit. Should we call him the better half of Livewire Whiskey or just
Definitely?
I'm not sure. Right? We've got Ben Demon Hunter here. Cheech is in the house representing you tonight, Cheech. Little Whiskey Encore. Everybody go subscribe to Whiskey Encore. The greatest wrench that showed up at the Schlammering ever. We also got Young P. Chang in here. I hope I said that right. I hope I did. DC's in the house. Who else we got? Everybody's kind of coming on in here, but should expect to see some people after Drew P. Whiskey gets over. So, like I said, tonight we're going to talk some military, some Memorial Day. Yeah. We're going to have some military themed pours. Me and Bobby were talking about that earlier tonight. Sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds like a good idea to him.
Right.
So, Bobby, tell us a little bit about Memorial Day and what it means to you with your service time that you've given to America and our country.
Man, it's for me, Memorial Day is it's a somber time, right? Because we all go into the military. And we all sign on that dotted line. And we know at the moment that when you sign on that dotted line, you're giving your life. But it's humbling when you aren't one of them that your life was spared. So Memorial Day is about the remembrance of those that paid the ultimate sacrifice willingly, knowingly, and was proud to do it. And I think it gets lost sometimes that people don't realize that not only was that a choice, it's probably one of the proudest things they ever did. And, you're proud to be a part of that. So for me, Memorial Day is incredibly special. It's, I know the origin of it, the origin of it was more along the lines of Decoration Day after the Civil War, paying homage to all the people that died in the Civil War. That's the real original thing it was called Decorations Day. And then it moved over to Memorial Day to celebrate all the following in memoriam of the people that have served and gave the ultimate sacrifice. So for me, everybody signs, not everybody dies, but it's remembering all those that did.
Awesome. And thank you for your service.
Oh, you're welcome.
Much appreciated.
I am super proud to do it and would do it again.
That is awesome. Yeah, my family, we have a large military background. My dad served both my grandfathers, both my great-grandfathers. So, it's special to me as well. After I got done playing pro baseball, went back, finished college for a semester. I really didn't have any jobs lined up at first. And I filled out all the paperwork to actually go the Fred Minnick route and do the video and photography and stuff like that, and was 2 weeks away from going and actually got offered a really nice job. So I ended the line in our family there, but I have mad respect to everyone who did serve and for all that everyone's done along the lines.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And
I'm
proud to do it. My brother and I, I've always been really fortunate, and I think a lot of people, sometimes I get asked about, why do you have the somber part of it? Why do you have people that struggle, right? When they get out and all that stuff. Well, you're ingrained in a philosophy and a thought process that isn't the indoctrination of every human. And so when you come out, it is incredibly hard because some of the things you say that were funny To the general population, they're not. They're disturbing. And you find really, really fast that if you don't have somewhere or a group or someone to go talk to, it's a struggle. It's really a struggle. So I've always been really fortunate that ever since I've been out, I have my brother, and so we can get together and talk about things that very few people on earth would laugh like we laugh over. But it's not because we're necessarily, morbid. It's just we're dysfunctional because, of what you went through. So, so the stress and the when you see a vet or something that looks like they're struggling, they probably are. So it doesn't mean you had to be in wartime. If they've seen a lot worse, but just in general, your vocabulary is different.
Right on. So to lighten the mood just a touch while we're talking about all this, what's your first pour of the night, sir?
Well, we're going to start with Colonel Blanton.
So for everybody that's just joining in, we're celebrating the military and doing military themed pours.
So we're going to start with some kernels and understanding, and lower proofs. So we got the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Blanton.
Popping horsies. Got to laugh at that. 9 guys at the Schlammering and not a single Blanton spore.
Nope.
But here we are tonight, starting with the Colonel.
Start with a low proof, decent drinker.
Yes, sir.
But the story behind it is pretty darn cool. So.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
So.
93 proofer. Awesome. So I just want to let everybody know that's filtering in and out tonight. I'm going to be giving away a bottle. I haven't done it in a long time. So I'm going to bust out a Elijah Craig toasted barrel. So you can take and hit me on my Venmo or my PayPal. I'll have it running along the bottom of the screen here in a little bit. Just want to have a big shout out to my Patreons who have helped the channel by becoming members of my Patreon. It's good stuff. Bobby's got one too, everybody. If you look down in the show notes, you can find all the links to Bobby's channels, all the links to my different outlets, as well as both of our Patreons. Support us. Click the subscribe button. Click the like button. Go to Bobby's channel. Make sure to give him a subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button. Follow him when he goes on. He drops some mad knowledge on tasting, as well as some crazy blending. You can find that over on Instagram as well. This guy can blend, man. If you ever want to see a guy throw down on some crazy blends or smoking some bourbons or whiskeys, Bourbon Battalion is your guy. So
thanks, man.
Check that out, man. But tonight, I'm going to drop that bottle of Toasted Barrel for anybody interested. You can get after it. It can be yours. It can be on your shelf, not on mine. So enjoy. So tell me your take on this Blanton, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of funny. I'm actually really enjoying it. I haven't had it in so many years. I can't even tell you the last time I drank Blantons.
Yeah.
I've
racked out a lot of high proof lately. So
I'm such a high proof guy, but now that I've went back to this, because a lot of times you find something, in the low 90s or below, you're just so disenfranchised.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not hating it. I find it, it's got good taste, it's got good finish.
Yeah, it's not too sweet.
I got great legs on the glass. It's not overly sweet to me. I'm glad I revisited it, just because if I get stuck with some blind knowledge or something like that, I don't know that I would pull this out because I've been away from it. I honestly, I don't even know if I've had this in the last 3 years.
Nice. And Young asks if you can teach too. If you get on his channel, he definitely does teach. Bobby also does do tastings as well as private events. If you're in the Ohio area, hit up bourbonbattalion@gmail.com. He can hook you up with a private tasting or a corporate event for a private tasting.
Yep.
So just want to throw that out there. You can probably also hit him up at Bourbon Battalion on Instagram or live on some of his YouTubes and watch some of those blendings and smokings that he puts on young. So check that out, man.
No, and that's exciting too. I mean, because realistically, I'm more of an instructor. I mean, I love the teaching, the knowledge, the instructor part of it. I'm more of a fun guy that gets kind of goofy and silly in person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Schwammering, right? The Schwammering that's just guys doing fun stuff, right? You're just having a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I love teaching. So I love empowering someone with knowledge so that not only do they know what they like or why they like it, but they can help that along to someone else. Because if we're going to grow our community, we got to grow our base. And if we're not out there with the understanding of how to grow your base, then how do we expect it to grow? I mean, we're going to have a limited base. So I love the instructional part of it, the teaching part of it, the how do you taste, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And Marty, I got your entries in there, buddy. You're on the list or on the board, as they say. Not quite a baseball thing, but well, maybe if you're Hawk and the White Sox, put them on the board. Yes. Had to throw that in being a Chicago guy. Not a real Hawk fan, but I like the White Sox. Glad he's not on the air anymore. Just saying. I
am getting some really weird notes out of nowhere on this. Like, I don't think that I've ever had where I ever smelled rubber before, like inner tube rubber.
Oh.
I got like a weird inner tube rubber note out of nowhere for some, I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't hit that one yet. Mike Stahl, welcome to the show. A little late, but we'll take it. You're probably over at Drew P. Whiskey. Can't blame you. Sam's on there from Bardstown Bourbon Company. She knows her whiskey. She knows her bourbon. She knows her cocktails, and she's hot. Hey, Mashing Drum in the house. What's going on, Jason? Welcome to the show tonight, buddy. We're starting out with a little military theme here tonight. For everybody that's just chiming in, our count of people is going up here. We're doing a military theme. We just started out with a Colonel Blanton pour, getting our palates going here as we celebrate the military and Memorial Day. Just a little late on Memorial Day, but never too late to celebrate the military and our freedoms.
Never too late to celebrate military,
yes, sir.
Memorial Day, and good bourbon, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to complain about any of the stuff we're drinking tonight. Yeah. Maybe one of them because I haven't had it before, but I doubt it.
Oh yeah, some of that stuff is always one of those things. Yeah, like someone originally I was talking to the gunny, and he's like, "Do you want good stuff or bad stuff?" And I was like, "I'm not really in the bad stuff," because he's like, you can get lead slingers.
Yeah, I texted you about that because I saw those. They have the thin blue line.
Called, yeah.
Yeah, and the rye, and I was like, I came across those, hadn't heard of them. I'm like,
I have a great story, but if we would have brought that in there, we would have had to blend it.
Yeah, for sure. It might be like one of the ones I didn't put in here, and that's the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, or affectionately known as WTF, and it kind of lives up to that name right now.
There's also a Tango Hindu or something like that. I forget. Tango Hotel Tango. That's it. Hotel Tango.
That's it. Yeah.
Hotel Tango.
Yeah. That's a 2-year. And let me tell you, it drinks as a 2-year. They just dropped a 6-year that's out at Binny's in this area. I've yet to try it. That 2-year put me off a little bit because it drinks so young and so watery. Yeah, you kind of get that. You just get a little bit of a corn note, almost like you're drinking the water from boiling some corn,
or the juice out of the can, right? When you drain it.
Yeah. It's just that slight hint of corn, and there's just nothing else on there.
Right.
Adam, got your entry, buddy.
No, I'm not hating on this. I'm not sitting here thinking. No. Cheers, Jenny.
No.
Jenny jumped in here. Jen Ardolino's in here.
Hey, Lord Schlong wants to know, have you ever met Will Clark, Bobby?
I didn't shake his hand, but I have seen him. Does that count?
There you go. I think that counts. We get asked that question all the time, and you're the first person that's been close to him.
Yeah, when he played for Cleveland.
There you go. Yeah, that was at the end of his career there.
It was at the end of his career. He played up at the Jake. And, I was, sitting down lower level, right by first base at the time, because at the end of his career, he was at first base. And
Nice.
so I saw him. I was in the vicinity, but it's not like I said, "Hey, Will, what's up, dude? Let's drink." You know, I did sit and drink with Jim Tomey and Richie Sexton, but
I've drank with Jim Tomei before. That was an experience.
he's a nice dude, man.
Yeah, he is, man. He's a down home dude.
Yeah.
From in the Peoria, Illinois area.
When he was at Cleveland, he used to just show up at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Medina.
Yeah.
Him and Richie Sexton would come down and they would bring people from the other team. And we were, at the time, we were the top 3 Buffalo Wild Wing trivia places in the United States, because we had this group that met for lunch. And hey, let me tell you, everything was silky. I'm just saying.
Not a boy. No chafing allowed, right? No, especially on those long hikes.
Wanted to make sure every bit of that hike paid off. All silk.
Yes, sir. That is good stuff. Yeah, I'm not hating on the Blantons as a first pour of the night. You know, I'm just like you. I'm glad to revisit it.
I think I want to fight it. I want to have a Colonel fight.
Oh, that might be good. That extra 7 proof goes a long way, though.
Yeah, I'm going to pour a little bit more of Colonel Blanton's, and I'm going to fight it with Colonel E.H. Taylor's small batch.
Okay, is that what we're going to next?
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll go to the Taylor small batch.
Booyah! What about that LT? Lord Schlong? Dude, that LT is something else, brother.
Hey, listen.
4th round draft picks are a hell of a lot better than the LT, though.
I'm still looking for the wig shot. So
yes.
If anybody happens to find the Marv Albert wig shot, I'm still in the hunt.
I will contact you on Saturday.
Ooh.
I have a trip. I have a trip to make.
Okay. Wow, that's like
big difference,
I'm pretty sure Colonel E.H. Taylor just bitch slapped Colonel Blanton. Just on the nose. We'll wait till we get to palate, but the nose was definitely like a solid right hook. Or not quite a butt stroke from the weapon, but close.
I'm rocking a neck pour on this bad boy. I haven't had one in a while.
Oh yeah, we'll mix that up a little bit.
But I scored a couple weeks ago at retail.
Nice.
Yeah, you honestly can't beat this pour at $39.99.
No, not at $40.
No, I was loving it when I ran across that. The legs on this are fantastic as well. Yeah. The nose is way better.
The nose
That's
is
my opinion.
The nose
yes. Daniel H says Taylor does bitch slap Blantons.
Yeah.
That's 2 colonels getting down. And I guess we know which one got down more.
Yeah.
Jason, giving Lord Schlong the call out. Legendary name for an actual lord. If you don't know, actual lord, folks. We saw the paperwork this weekend.
If he put up
from the queen herself, actual lord, if you didn't know.
If he put up all his names and titles and all that stuff, he would need to have a banner just to have his name.
Yes, sir. Oh, this
What's your
smells
palate
good.
on it? What's your palate on it?
I haven't done it yet. I'm about to.
Man, that's got a weird nutty note to it.
I got a little bit of that. I've got that butter, not quite butterscotch. I just let it hit the tongue and pool and roll back as you talk about.
Yeah.
So I got a little of that. I've got some oaky, but I catch hints of leather. Being a baseball guy, I've chewed on enough baseball gloves and leather strings in my life.
I can pull some leather off the nose for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody that's ever played baseball, you tightened your string with leather in your mouth all the time.
Oh, 100%. I was one of those guys that had the big long string hanging from the end of my glove all the time that whipped around. So there was a lot of time chewing on those in between innings or,
Or if you're
hope
trying to
if
tighten
I,
everything up.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure, man. I don't know. I mean, that blends was a nice start. Don't get me wrong, but I just feel that this is whooping it. I'm going to go in for my second taste and then I'll revisit both of them here after a little palate cleanse, but
Man, I'll tell you at first, I think, the thing is that like every time you go into an expression, and especially when you're without doing a cleanse in between, you have to
yeah.
take some time to go through and do acclimation and get the aromatic.
Hmm.
But now that it's on its own, uh,
Yeah.
it's to me, it's obvious that it's significantly better. Not
Yeah.
like
I
close.
I even got a gnat in mine and
And
it's still
protein,
better.
that's a protein bourbon.
Where did that guy come from?
If we're
All
talking
right.
military, there must be bugs in your drinks. That's just
Right?
bugs are dirt.
That's awesome. Hmm. Little palate cleanse there. Go back to the Blantons. Oh yeah. That's way different now.
And I definitely think
Mm. The going backwards didn't help for me at least.
no. Because a
I
lot of
get a
times
little
when you
bit.
go up and you go backwards, the one was before
Yeah.
gets squashed because of proof. Even though it wasn't a ton of change, but the flavor profile is so uniquely different.
DC says notice in my playing photo. I'm guessing that's my baseball card from my first year with the Erie Seawolves. That was a ball for the Pirates. That I have my middle finger outside the inner part of my glove. DC, little secret on that. If you look a little closer, I'm actually wearing a left-handed catcher's mitt in that photo. So, little bit of why that middle finger's out there. Two fingers definitely down towards the end. Whole different configuration using the catcher's mitt. In that photo, I was actually catching the other guy that closed out games with me. So we were both wearing catcher's mitts. He liked to bring it pretty hard. I threw pretty hard as well. So we played a lot of catch with catcher's mitts. Go back to this Taylor here. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I get that butter and butterscotch. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's definitely turning a little bit. It's definitely getting
Yeah.
more towards
Yeah.
that bigger side.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know. There's something dark to me. Like some kind of dark little fruit note hitting towards the end.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on in there.
Yeah. It might be that gnat, I'm not sure.
Yeah, most likely.
He's really gonna screw everything up tonight.
Yeah, he's in there just like, hey, listen, I came to drink. Quit
Yeah.
already.
Daniel H. asks, really do you think at 40-ish, if you're able to find it, E.H. Taylor dominates the range of 100 proofers with McKenna right on its heels? I'm going to agree with you. I told everybody this weekend, other than that 2016 McKenna that we had at Lord Schlong's house, that was the first time out of 4 different bottles of McKenna I had one that I really enjoyed. I guess I'm just really unlucky with my McKenna picks, but I'm not really impressed with the bottles I've scored myself. But that 2016 bottle, that was some good stuff. I liked it. I wish mine tasted that good.
I've been pretty fortunate with my McKennas. They've all been pretty good. But I would say, it would be a really good fight between this bottom bond E.H. Taylor small batch and that McKenna 16, for example, for you, which I've had plenty of.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
Hey, Tim Evans, what's going on? Good to see you. Come on over. Saw you over at the Drew P. Whiskey Show. We got a few more people in here now. Jen Arlino in the house. Alex the Moose Hunter coming on in. one of my patrons, James Morgan, Lord Schlong. Lord Schlong comes along and says, "You assholes killed my 2016." Actually, like 8 of us killed that, minus Bourbon, and you were one of them, buddy. Bottle chugs. Not happening tonight. Nice try.
I'm pretty sure it was wasn't it Cheech? Who was that took the last drink?
Cheech was the kill. He was the kill shot
Cheech
there.
was the bottle kill.
Yeah.
the look of Bourbon when he didn't get a drink of it, he was really looking forward to it. I felt so bad, and Cheech didn't even know he was doing it.
Yeah, for sure. William Devilar, hello, and thanks for coming on over to Big League Bourbon. For any of you that don't know, if you can't see it on the screen, I mean, it might be kind of obvious, but giving away a bottle of the EC Toast Barrel Night. You can Venmo or PayPal me. Every 5 is an entry. We're also celebrating Memorial Day a little bit late and recognizing our military with Bobby here from Bourbon Battalion, former Marine. We're going through a military-inspired lineup. So far, we've had Colonel Blanton and Colonel Taylor. We've got some more military-inspired drams to go. DC said he just killed his Kentucky par.
It was a good.
Didn't have any of that this weekend. I know Cheech tried some of that this weekend on his live stream after Lord Schlong poured him one. Did not sample that one, though. Also, everybody, Whiskey Encore representing Cheech's show. Hit him up. Give him a follow. Give me and Bobby some follows as well, some subscribes. All of our stuff is down below in the description. You can find both of our Patreons down there, both of our YouTube channels, or on my YouTube channel, but both of our Instagrams. Subscribe to those, like them. Click the like button, lick the like button, whatever you can. Every little thing helps. We appreciate all your comments in the chat while we're going here.
Hey, you know what the thing is that you want to, if you're in here and you're not a tuber person and you aren't liked and subscribed to a group of different people, you need to make sure you do that because there's so many different things that get brought to the table. You know, people are going to have different palettes, different reviews. If you like really good editing and you like really good entertainment, if you like really good knowledge, just everybody has something else to bring. So don't isolate it down to just one. There's a lot of community love here. This is a place where everybody supports everybody. And
yeah, for sure.
I want you to support all of us because we all love what we do.
That is a fact. Closing in on that 200 subscriber mark. I'm at 193. Maybe tonight's the night. I don't know. Yeah. Just might be.
I think the last time I looked, I thought it was in like the 170s or something like that.
Nice. But you're rocking it over on the Instagram.
Yeah, I do Instagram. I'm going back to Fire Friday tomorrow.
Okay. Right on. I'm enjoying the Instagram, doing a lot more over there myself too.
I might have a host, or I might have a co-host tomorrow. We'll see if it works out. Pretty good chance that Fire Friday might be. It's definitely going to be a whiskey cigar pairing.
Very nice. Very nice. I know who that might be.
Yep. It might be.
Fantastic.
So we'll see. I don't want to say anything until there's some for sure's. But yeah, yes. I'm going to start back now that everything's kind of changed with my job. Now that I've got my job under wraps, I've got it all figured out. I know what I'm doing now with the new job. I'm going to get back to start getting my reviews done, doing some editing. Listen, I'm not a marketing major or an editing guy. I have a particular set of skills. I can drink bourbon. I can talk about it and teach about it, and I can shoot things from afar. So,
you know, that shoot things from afar, that goes a long way in certain instances.
It does. It does. It keeps a really good buffer zone around the people you love.
Yes, it does. Not a bad quality to have whatsoever.
No, it's a good trait, but it's also a lot of fun for me. It's just something that me and the Gunny really like doing. And
for sure.
Then we get like really rambunctious and we start challenging each other, and so we'll do stupid stuff where we'll actually take out at the 100-yard line and we'll put calendars out there.
Mm-hmm.
and see who can hit the days of the month.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that.
So it's a lot of fun. So, in the first two, you know what? Colonel Taylor, he put Colonel Wayne.
He smacked it,
I
man. He
think
smacked
Colonel
it.
Taylor is a salty, war-battled colonel. Colonel
Yeah.
Wayne probably not as far as the drip.
Colonel Taylor did have to get up in front of Congress and stand his ground as well as
So he
the
might have had
battlefield.
a little bit, bigger, shit going on, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Standing in front of Congress would make me salty at times. I know that.
So where do you want to go to next?
I don't know. Young P Chang, that was small batch. The small batch in this ride.
That was the small batch against the single barrel.
Yes. DC's trying to get us to shoot some Tannerite. Watch out.
Hey, I can do that.
Yeah. I might
I
might know where some of that is.
It'd be frowned upon for me to do that and do bourbon at the same time. But
yes, I would agree with that. What do you say we go to the Rebel?
yep, let's go to the Rebel Yell. Rebel Yell
100 proof. A little bit of a yell.
This
Get us going.
This here's a little bit of local fighting, right? This is states.
Yes, sir.
This right here is and it's really funny. You know what I watched tonight on TV because I was bored and I had some time?
I do not.
Like a throwback movie. That's not real throwback, but a little bit.
All right.
That I love watching.
What's
Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter.
Oh, that's a good flick, man.
Oh,
That's a very underrated
get
flick.
Tired of him
cheesy.
wielding the axe. It's not cheesy to me. It's absolutely wonderful. I love it. Love it. I love when I don't have to really think about much.
Yeah. Then we got Shane. Then we got
off.
Schlong. Go to Mayor Pingree 13. Okay. That's not very military, buddy. That's the mayor of Detroit. I know Detroit's a bit of a war zone, but Mayor Pingree, not military, buddy. Not military. Love you, Schlong.
He's just trying to be
fancy with He's just a mayor. Be nice, man. Be nice. I've got some interesting stuff coming down that Pingree line. Told you that. Watch out. He's already got the bottle though. He don't care.
Yeah, he don't care.
All right. Nice little bottle pop.
Oh yeah.
Actually using some real cork. Got to give them props. For me, this is a $16.99 bottle from Lux Row, and they're dropping real cork in it.
Real cork, 100 proof, Kentucky straight.
Yeah. I'll throw some props down for that.
Yeah.
Gonna have to long pour this bad boy. Oops, looks like we got another entry. Ooh, I got you, Cheech. I got your entry, sir. Appreciate him. Interesting.
Doesn't smell bad at all. I mean, you're definitely smelling a weed.
You are. You can smell that. You can smell that earthiness right away.
You get that chocolatey note that's got an oatmeal, like a chocolate oatmeal.
Yeah. I haven't even long poured it yet, and I was catching that stuff.
That's a nice. It's pleasant on the nose anyway. I haven't had this
for the price point. The nose is a hitter.
Yeah, I haven't had this in forever.
Yeah,
it's always fun to go back to this stuff.
Yeah, man.
Did you get?
Did you
get the pepper? Did you get?
There's a little bit of pepper. It's got that. Yeah, this is gonna sound bad. It's not this. Closest thing I come to towards like hay or something like that is some dried up grass. When you're picking up the dried up grass, kind of get that little bit of smell. Been a long time since I've been on my grandparents' farm, so the closest I get is dried up grass or piles of dead grass. It's kind of got that earthiness when you first move it, that little bit of heat, that little bit of grassy smell.
Yeah, there's definitely something there, right?
Yeah, some corn. A
Even
little bit of corn I get.
maybe a smidge of like alfalfa.
That could be too.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the farms around me that I grew up on, and we have a lot of alfalfa
Yeah.
around us as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because it's a
Tim
little bit
Evans, I
greener.
got you there.
It's a little bit greener. It's a little bit not
Yeah.
so wet straw and hay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of it's got that
Got a little
condensation to it.
there's a little chlorophyll in it, somewhere in there's green.
No. There you go. You're totally busting it out, man.
I would say
Science class kids, watch out.
we
I'm
talk like
dropping all the goods.
alfalfa. I think there's definitely that green.
Mm,
There's definitely that green outside of like
yeah.
hay and straw when it's been sitting in a. Huh. Interesting. Did you taste it?
How about Fireball? Wrong show, buddy. Wrong show. Pabst next door.
That's not terrible. My first sip was not terrible. Drinks like a weeder. It's got a decent finish. Got a pretty good.
Yeah.
My finish is going still. My legs on this thing are dope.
It does have good legs.
Great legs.
It has that soft mouth feel. It's not overly oily.
Yeah, it doesn't have a big mid palate complexion, right? And I don't have this like
No.
it's actually rather smooth. It has like that weird little there's a weird little cocoa chocolate finish on it.
I can go with that. It's not bad. At $16.99, I can't say it's
I've paid a
bad.
lot more. I've paid a lot more than that for other things that I would drink this over.
Oh, I have a few of those things on my shelf. Let me tell you.
I was told
Let me
I
tell you.
have a bunch of that stuff that Ben gave me. You're talking about the ultimate challenge.
Yeah.
Because I've told him, I said, give me something that's terrible and I can blend it and make it better. And he gave me a bad bottle. I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
But
What was it a bottle of? Are you willing to tell?
Yeah, I have blended, and we did make it really good. So So when I get done, I have to get all of them done.
Okay.
The one that he had me, what was the bad bottle? It wasn't necessarily a bad bottle, but the bottle went bad. Because when I smelled it right away, that he was talking, when he had me smell it, I was like, "Ooh, that is not what that's supposed to be." Was it Old Tub?
Yeah. Okay. Old Tub. Yeah.
He gave me a bottle of Old Tub that was bad.
Okay. I had one that was fairly decent back when it first came out and hit the shelves. And in my area, the price point was pretty jumping on that $16.99. Not terrible for $16.99, but like it's not world changing.
Yeah, but I think he had a bad bottle.
Yeah.
He had a bad something because it was not anything close to mine. I have a bottle of Old Tub, and mine didn't taste nearly like his did.
YPCS, either of you guys remember Military Special?
Remember, are you talking about, is that a whiskey? I know, I mean, the Military Special is kind of like a broad thing for me. I know a lot of military specials.
Mm-hmm.
Some I can talk about, some I can't. I'm just saying, I don't know what military special you're talking about.
A couple more drinks, and we might get you to open up like I usually get the baseball guys to open up on my channel.
There's no way
that's the ultimate goal here. Stories that we're not supposed to tell, and they can slip out on Big League Bourbon.
You know what? I don't even know if they can, can the mods actually cut my voice?
They might be able to.
I can tell some stories. You wait. If we drink enough, I can tell some stories. You can get it out of me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that you'll ever get coin drop out of me, but I'll drop it.
I heard some mentions of that this weekend, but you never continued on.
No, because you know what? It's not something we should talk about. One-on-one, we can talk about it in private, but I can tell other stories. Yep, they had a tequila, rum, and a bourbon you could buy at the Class 6. A Class 6. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so that was a little bit different, Young Pei. When we had our military, especially the Marine Corps, you have a PX, right? The PX. It's not called a Class 6. We have a PX, and then we have E clubs. You didn't have anything fancy like that as far as like a local concoction. the most you ever had is just what was the name of it? There was a particular name that you could get on any Marine Corps base. I don't think it was the Chesty, but it was after a Marine big person. And it was a big concoction of a whole bunch of different things. And it was just really nothing more than just a ball dropper. I mean, as soon as you drank it, like dumb stuff happened. But I'll be honest with you, the worst best thing I ever had in the military is when I was in Corfu, Greece. Me and a couple buddies were really, really heavy drinkers. And so we had a lot of fun, went out in town. And we stayed at this place called the Pink Palace. And if you were a sergeant or above, you could stay there overnight. And we stayed there overnight. But if you stayed there, they had mandatory rules. Like you had to go to dinner and all the guests had to have dinner together. And then you had to go to this ceremonial dance. And these big dudes carried this big kettle of something. So they take these plates that are ceramic plates that are non-glazed. And there's this funny song on, and you go up there and they break it right over your freaking head. And then they take this kettle, they reach down this kettle and give it to you, and you drink this whole thing of something. So, it doesn't hurt that bad because they're freshly potted clay that isn't glazed, so it cracks pretty easy. I mean, it's still whap you in the head with it. And then they give you this big drink. So I was with one of my buddies, and we were like, yeah, we drink like this. I'm mentally like, whoa, what was that? I said, I hate black licorice, and that is terrible. But whatever that is really strong. There's something about it. So we got in line. Me and him were the only two idiots that went and got plates broke over our head again, just so we could get another drink of it. And so we talked to him and say, can you tell us what that is? And they did. And they said, can we buy that somewhere? And they're like, oh, yeah, every store has it. And we're like, done. So, and I'll get to what it is in a second. So we run down. We take our backpacks. We buy bottles. And so we're walking around town. I hear this clank, 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 clank. It's just our bottles in our backpacks. So we'd walk into like bars and we'd buy a drink from them. And once we got their glass, we'd just pour that stuff. So all the sergeants above are absolutely trashed. All 3 nights we're there. Get back on ship, getting ready to go to the next port. All of us, every one of us, officer included, sergeants above, all pop positive for opium.
Oh.
They were, all of the ouzo at the time in Corfu was opium based. Okay.
I've heard that about that, as well as Jägermeister being that way as well overseas.
We had no idea. And we just were. But we took it with us, and no one got rid of their stuff. We were just like, yeah, no, we're not. Literally, we would hide it in our racks. We'd hide it anywhere we could hide it on ship. And every time we poured it, we'd go looking for it. It's terrible. If you like black licorice, it's amazing. Oh, Schlonger. You're such a funny dude.
So I don't know if you saw it earlier. Mike Stahl asked, what was your greatest moment in life?
My greatest moment in life?
Yeah.
Quite honestly, was becoming a father. Easily.
Hell yeah, I second that one.
Without a doubt. It was the very first time that I ever truly believed that I actually felt agape love. Unconditional love when I held my first baby for the very first time in my arms and looked at me, and they knew that nothing else mattered except for me. So being a dad the very first time in my life was absolutely the most spectacular thing. And I miss her.
Nice.
Yeah, she's grown and gone. But I have 3 other ones after that. So, but that's the greatest moment in my life. My greatest military thing was, successfully being a part of a trap mission in Bosnia, which is a tactical recovery of aircraft personnel. I was on the Kearsarge. Our group was there. We were in charge of the comm that was communicating back and forth to make sure when they went in and got Scott O'Grady and got him out. I had a little part in that, and that was pretty exciting.
Nice. YPC throws down, did they ever break out the top shelf stuff during the dine-in, balls, or mess dress events?
Yeah, they did, but it was always scotch. At the Marine Corps balls, definitely. You could get some top level scotch.
Right on.
I don't remember ever seeing, in the Marine Corps at the time back then, I think the top level bourbon at the time that we thought of was probably like Beam. So,
Right. Right on. Well, I see a lot of guys over in the chat, including Jason C from the Match and Drum, talking about ECBP B521. I haven't got to try that yet. I did see it several times today while I was out picking up a couple of these military-inspired bourbons. I did get a killer laugh at one place at $159.99. So if you guys think it's bad at retail between that $60 price point, and I've seen it at 79 in some places, or at least listed that way, I haven't seen it in person. But you think that's bad? I saw it for $159.99 tonight, and I also saw it at another store for $139.99 tonight. You want an even better laugh? This bottle that I'm giving away tonight, I got a big kick out of. The store that had the barrel proof for $159 had that toasted barrel for $199.99. So I was cracking up. I couldn't believe some of the prices I ran into
what did they say
tonight.
in the chat about the B521?
That it was a little lacking on that finish. Didn't give you the same type of things.
I've heard good things, but I've also heard some people that said they didn't mind it. Matt Porter didn't hate it.
Yeah. I just think a lot of it is we got so used to those ultra high proofs on all of them. And these last two have dropped it back down, So I think that's what hurts it, because everybody just got that huge expectation of high proof all the time, and dropping under 120 is a big step down from where they've been, So,
okay, he said
if you could share a pour with anyone ever, who would it be, and what would the pour be?
If I could share a pour with anybody ever, I would like to sit down and have a pour of Old Carter Batch 6 with my grandfather.
Nice.
He died before I was born, but I heard many, many wonderful things about him, and that there was a lot of similarities between us. My brother talks about it on the back deck about having a cigar and whiskey, and has literally gotten teared up talking about how much he would love to have done this. And I never got to know him. So if I could pick anybody in the entire world of all times, it'd be my grandpa, who liked whiskey and cigars.
Very nice.
So,
yeah. On my end, I'd pick my great-grandfather from my dad's side. I got to be around him when I was really young. He was approaching 90 at the time. And I have several crazy stories about him. This guy was a big dude, man. He was 6'4", maybe 6'5", around 280 pounds still when he was in his late 80s, and the dude was still strong as an ox. It was crazy. Like, one experience, my parents left me over there with him real quick to go run and get some stuff at the store for him, and boxing was on a Saturday afternoon. That man came out of the chair, every bell rang, and he was boxing along, throwing every punch for punch with the round. And he would sit down in between rounds and do that. The man would have a cocktail on his side table, usually a Manhattan, and have some sips in between rounds. He did the same thing with football. He was a crazy dude, man. As a little kid, I loved it. And the fact that man still had jet black hair at 88 years old, and all he had was like a little bitty white patch right here. No box color, no nothing. That blew my mind growing up. And as my hair likes to turn colors these days, it blows me away even that much more. But I'd love to share a drink with that man now that I'm an adult and ask him all kinds of questions, because when you're like 6-7 years old, you really don't have that many good questions for a guy in his 80s that's experienced so much life. But damn, I'd like to ask him now from all the stuff he went through.
There's personal stuff I'd like to do. From a military standpoint, I would, and someone might be weirded out by this, whether, You know what I mean? Because the obvious choice for the Marine Corps would be like Chesty Puller, sitting down with Chesty Puller and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, I would be more intrigued to sit down with Admiral Chester Nimitz, who is Navy, and I would sit down with him and probably, I mean, there's so many things I like. I would have a really good finished bourbon because I like those matched with a cigar. So what would I put up there? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I'd like to sit with him and pick his brain because he was the admiral that was in charge of the naval fleet that was providing gunfire and watching from afar as the Marines took Iwo Jima.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he had the famous quote that uncommon valor was a common virtue. And I have that tattoo on my arm underneath the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima. Just the idea of the respect and the adoration of what that guy had to watch to see what those guys did is, I'd love to sit and just talk with him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, what are we going to next?
Did you have the James E. Pepper?
No, I didn't. I didn't run across one of those. I didn't run by Binny's. They have it, but the two other stores I ran to didn't have that.
You have what else? You had Bullet and what else?
I got the Bullet. I got the Horse Soldier.
Well, Horse Soldier is going to be higher than the Bullet because it's just a Bullet rye, right?
Yeah, that Bullet rye is 90. You probably should have started there.
We'll say the Bullet last because it's a rye. You want to do Horse Soldier? Let's do Horse Soldier.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Hey, Mike Stahl, mad props to you on that one, brother.
I'll be honest with you. My number one person of all time ever would be my mom, but she didn't drink bourbon. She's the greatest influence in my life ever, anybody ever. But my grandpa drank whiskey. And, it's really funny. Before my whiskey journey happened, I was really close with my grandmother. And she was cleaning out her closet one time. And she found a bottle of whiskey that had about this much in it. Still corked, sitting in her back of her closet, didn't know it was there.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of the name of it, didn't know anything about it. And I had a really good friend at the time that drank whiskey. And I thought, oh, he'd probably like this. And I gave it to him, and he was just like, oh, my gosh, this is so amazing. He said, did you happen to look and see how old this was? And I was like, well, no. I mean, at the time, I wasn't a whiskey guy. I was like a young guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, he said, that was incredible. He said, I wish I wouldn't have drank it all. And I was like, really?
Oh, no.
It was like from the 50s.
Oh, geez. What was it?
I don't know. To this day, I can't remember what I gave him.
Oh, no.
Don't remember at all because I was so young, I didn't even think about it.
I'll tell you what, the Horse Soldier definitely comes in with a much deeper color than the rest to this point.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
I mean, we're in a completely different...
What's funny is that, it's not very old.
No. Well, it's said to be 8 years old, but I don't know. I've read a couple different things.
Yeah, but the nose on it is so much better than anything else we've had.
It is. I've been a big proponent of this one. I've had some people, Shane Long, that have shot me down on it, but I absolutely get it.
Oh yeah, I love the Horse Soldier barrel strength.
Yeah, that's what this is. 122 proof.
Yeah, mine's 121.1.
Okay, mine's a 122.
Andrew Spurrell asked, what's the best whiskey bottle or glass you have had during an overseas tour? So it's funny when you're talking military. When I was in the military, I really wasn't doing of whiskey. I didn't start whiskey until 1998 with my brother. I drank everything in the Marine Corps. But of the things that I remember specifically drinking in the Marine Corps from time to time, it was always this weirdest concoction. It wasn't straight. It was just this weird concoction that I had someone made. They called it, what the hell did they call it? It wasn't, traditionally it would have been called a Long Island iced tea, but it wasn't a Long Island iced tea. They had a weird name for it, and it was in Naples. It was in Naples, Italy. They had a Long Island iced tea that was made with Turkey 101. And it was absolutely delicious. And I got blacked out, stone, lost. And most people thought I was dead. And it was really, it's a funny story because like somehow I, on my own, made it back to ship, went to bed, but everybody went to the infirmary, all these different places trying to figure out what happened to me. And I woke up the next morning just like a wreck. But when I went and looked at my pockets, dude, I had so much money. And I was like, what the heck? Why don't I have so much money in my pockets? And everybody's like, so I talked to my buddy Tom, and I was like, Tom, why do I have so much money? They're like, dude, you were flying. So if you don't know the term, right? Someone's buying, someone's flying. Basically, it's people have extra money and they're too lazy to get up and get it themselves. So if you go get it for them, they buy yours. Well, you're supposed to give them the change. So all night, I guess I was flying, and everybody was so drunk, no one asked for anything. And there's no way to really tell who you were supposed to give something to because you don't remember anything yourself. Mm-hmm. And it was enough that I didn't have to pay out of my pocket for another drink for like the next 2 stops. So
that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
And
we got a lot of guys with some great remembrances here. Cheers to everyone.
Cheers to everybody.
And to those that they're talking about who they'd love to have that pour with or that beer with.
Right.
It's great to read these. I appreciate them. I appreciate all of you that are here. Cheers to everyone.
You guys. Man, I don't hate this at all. I like it.
I don't hate it either. I really like it. And
I like it. It's got so much. It comes in on the tip of your tongue with a little bit of in here.
Yeah, that little bit of spice, a little bit of heat.
Definitely some spice and some heat right on it. And then the mid palate, it just turns into this like, I don't know, just amazing. No doubt about it. Listen, the great thing about, I think everybody says this, right? Listen, if you watch the Neat series or just talk to everybody in general, it's so true. And this is why I spend so much time on instruction. In order to go through and find everything that master distiller has done with his creation, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So you have to really sip and enjoy the journey of your bourbon because it's going to change and it's going to become something else. So you get to a certain point that you starting to get acclimated, you take a break, you do a second pour, and then you come back to it when all this acclimations happen. And then you're like, whoa, that's so different. And so when you get to that second pour and you go through the same thing in your second pour, it takes time. It takes a solid time. Like I'm doing the Bourbon Battalion experience, right? When you go through and do that tastings, it's super funny because literally I do flights of 6. And with a flight of 6, I have 3 hours booked for that. It's a 3-hour flight.
So it's a 3-hour tour?
Basically.
Just 3-hour tour.
I know where you were going with that. I was like, basically, we know how to get back, right? We know how to get back.
Hey, as long as you're the skipper, we're good, dude. As long as you're the skipper.
It might be a 6-hour tour under the right circumstances.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Just don't Gilligan us. Then we're in trouble. You can go all skipper, professor, back to skipper as long as you're bringing us back,
Hey, you know what? The only guy that I planned on being at all during that is the doc.
Well, he did have it going on.
Hey, the scientist was where it was at, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Marty's asking, Marty, You must not pay attention to my channel. I talk about this too much, buddy.
Horse Soldier Barrel Strength.
Horse Soldier Barrel Strength. Like I said, mine comes in at 122 proof. Bobby's is at 121. It's solid.
Oh, it's a great pour. I'm telling you right now.
I don't hate it. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it
more than I should.
I like it for what it is, for sure. You know, I mean, it's a.
Oh yeah.
It's a good drink. It's got a great story.
Yeah. Marty's asking how we doing on the bottle giveaway. Sorry to cut you off. If you don't know, giving away that Elijah Craig barrel proof. We'll probably run this through like 10:35 my time to give it away. So you got like another 20 minutes. Yeah. 20 minutes to get your entries in. We got 21 in the chat. Make sure you're smashing that like button. If any of you are gracious enough, hit that subscribe for me. Almost 200 subscribers. Going to be selfless in promoting that. Also, down below in the description, you'll find all of our social media handles for me and Bobby and our Patreons as well. Like, subscribe, join Patreon. We appreciate anything and everything you do for us.
Yes.
So we can keep on bringing you good content, you know, doing what we do. Bobby's going to give you some education. He's going to have some Fire Fridays. He's going to have some, what do you call Wednesdays?
So Wednesdays, there's upcoming Wednesdays, right? So my next 4 upcoming Wednesdays are all going to be battalion humps. And they're all going to be a battalion hump of Bookers. So I'm going through my remaining unopened collection of Bookers. So we're going to go through those. Each week, there will be an opportunity for a giveaway for every $5 entered in the very first week. For every $5, you have a chance at winning a 1 ounce pour of all of them, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I think now it is 14. I got another one. So 14 different Bookers going back to 2016.
Shit, I better get in on that. My wife loves the Bookers.
Yeah, and the very first week, the proceeds from the very first week are going to go to the YouTube community for someone that could use it in the YouTube community, which I won't talk about it, but I will be transparent with it. There'll be no question of how much I raised and where it goes when the time's right, but it will be dispersed and understood. And then after that, the next 3 weeks, we'll do the same thing. There'll be still a $5 entry. Everybody has a chance to win a 1 ounce pour. So overall, I'll be giving away 4 ounces of all of my Bookers. The rest of those will go towards, locally, just replenishing stuff on the bar, going towards my Bourbon Battalion experience. I need to get some new lighting. My lighting is trash. I literally have a light that's going out. Every now and then you'll see it flicker and hit, and I can see it.
I just finally got mine dialed in.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that, everything's a work in process. So, but my first week, the donations are going to someone in the YouTube community because we are a family that needs to help each other. And
yes, sir.
Where it's going, no one's asked me for it. It's never been brought up. It's just something I've been aware of and I've observed on my own. Mm-hmm. And so it will be known. There'll be no question. Everybody will know where it went. But not until when that happens, I talk to that person to make sure that my transparency can be divulged.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
For the following 3 weeks, we'll all be in all the humps going forward. So we have a Booker's hump, and then right after that, we're going into a Knob Creek hump because between me and the Gunny, we have so much. And then we're ending our hump series with our biggest of all of them is turkey. We have every one of the master keeps. We have turkeys going back to the 70s. We have and it's not even funny. What I can't even. It's probably going to take me the rest of the year to get through turkey. So it's a lot of fun.
I'll be watching all of those because I've become a turkey fan, and like when I scored that whole case of 2007 Austin Nichols, that was awesome.
Yeah,
because man, that stuff is totally different. It's still the turkey notes,
right?
But I know we all hate using the word smooth around here, but man,
I love it.
There's no heat on it, and for 100 proofer with no heat and just that much flavor just popping.
Woo! No, it's really good. It's really good.
Sign me up. Sign me up for
I've always been
days.
so spoiled with the gunny, Now I'll have to be very clear about when I'm doing the turkey one, I have to make sure I talk to the gunny. Hey, what are we willing to give away donations and not? Because he has probably double the amount of turkey I have.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to sit there and say, hey, let's give away 4 ounces of all your turkey is kind of like an insane thing. So, but we'll figure out some stuff to do. I know I have some bottles backed up, that are, when you start talking about, Kentucky Spirit and all that stuff, some of the older bottles, the old and all that stuff, when they went away from the rare breed, now they're on the rare breed bottles, but they used to be always about the turkey feather and all that kind of stuff. I have a bunch of that kind of stuff. So, but there'll be something in there.
Nice.
I have no problem giving samples away of everything I have. Matter of fact, I'll be cracking my 17-year bottle in bond, which will absolutely put a dagger in the heart of my brother. Because the only 2 roster keeps he doesn't have, I do.
Oh, that 17-year-old bottled in bond is delicious.
I can tell you
Delicious.
I can tell you a blend that I can blend and put together with it and do it as a side by side, and I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference. I did it to the gun.
I'm down.
I'll let you know. We'll let you know. Because it's really funny. I did it, and we had tried it because I was really fortunate. Jason C, who's in here, the master drums in here, hooked me up with a sample of it before we got it, so that the gunny could try it because he's the biggest turkey fan in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
His very first thing that he remembered starting his bourbon journey was Turkey 101, and that was back in the 70s. And so when I happened to be down at Wild Turkey on my last time I was at the Bourbon Trail, Jimmy Russell was there. And I sat down with him. There was not very many people around. We sat and talked for a little bit. I told him my story about my brother. And he walked over and got a bottle of Turkey 101 and signed it to my brother.
Oh, that's sweet, man. So
I brought it home to my brother.
I love those stories.
It's his number 1 bottle in his entire bar.
Hell yeah.
He's just like, you can try anything, but we're never cracking this thing.
That's one of those things that's so awesome about this community. It's the little things, little things go so far. Like this weekend, getting to meet all you guys, we had some amazing pours, but the friendships that came with all of that. I mean, it's one thing for all of us to stare at each other on camera, or when we open up the chats and everything, get everybody in the backside. It's awesome. But like, man, when we all got together, it was so cool.
It was so much.
I tell all of you all the time, especially when I have the baseball guys on here, that the bourbon community and Whiskey Tube and everything else is the closest thing I've ever come to of baseball in the baseball clubhouse. And it was 100% confirmed this weekend from the time that Bourbon and Mike Stahl picked me up at the airport, running and jumping in the car. Yeah. I mean, you walking in and seeing everybody. It was awesome. And by the way, if you don't know by now, Jen Ardolino makes the best chocolate chip cookies. I got the last one when I showed up as the last guy getting there. I'm thankful I got one. Jen, those are good.
Jen's cookies are pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie.
Hell yeah, definitely one of the memories from the weekend. That one's gonna stick. So it made good when we had the great bourbons we did and the great camaraderie and friendships we did, that her cookies stand out. So everybody make sure you subscribe to Whiskey Encore, support the Ardolino family.
Yep, definitely. I'll tell you the thing that I thought was so incredible about that experience, right? It's like this, right? We get together, we see each other, but
missed you too, Marty.
But the thing is that when you actually physically got together, dude, it was a reunion of dudes I've known my whole life, and we genuinely enjoyed each other. There was nothing more than just love and enjoyment and friendship and fellowship. And when you left, you were sad. You were bummed.
Oh, dude.
I got home and I remember calling Schwam like the day after I got home, and I was like, man, I'm sitting here trying to drink and it doesn't feel the same.
It didn't. Like I came home I came home and the first night, cooked out right away for the family, hung out with them, went to bed. Next day, made up a lot of stuff, that I missed, yard work, all that kind of stuff. And Shane was gracious enough to send us home with a pour of that Old Carter 5, which was my favorite of the weekend. That Old Carter American whiskey number 5, dude. That was dreamy to me. I know a lot of guys were all about the 6, which was more on the butterscotch. I'm more on the funk type guy. That butterscotch had finished for days, which I have mad appreciation for. It was number 2 by far, and it was so damn good. But 5, just it hit it out of the park, man. It had a fantastic nose. It had that little bit of funk. It was amazing.
So
and I got to share that with my wife, and she appreciated it.
It's a Kirk Gibson, right?
Yeah. Oh, dude, 100%.
It's a
100%.
Beatered, battered up, just needed to come in and make a swing.
Yeah, and it did it, man.
Yeah. I have to throw baseball in there. It's Big League Bourbon, for Pete's sakes. I remember watching that. I remember watching that when I was a kid. I remember watching Kirk Gibson come out of the dugout, barely walking. His knees were jacked. And I spent most of his career with the Tigers. And then, he ended up out there in LA with Lasorda, and Lasorda just had this inkling, like, I got to throw him in. And then, boom. I remember, and he had like it looked like the most chill swing you ever seen in your life. Like he was just trying he looked like he was just trying to put a bat on a ball. And
and that's what he did. That's what he did. He had spent the last 3 innings in the runway, hitting off a tee, waiting for that chance. And I'm telling you, a lot of sports and a lot of anything that takes a lot of mental preparing and mental toughness, envisioning is everything. Yeah. When you take the time to envision it and you see yourself doing it, William Devler, I got you. You're on the list, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good luck. We got like 7 minutes to go until the drawing, guys. 7 minutes to get in on that EC toasted barrel. Tomorrow's shipping day for me. I got a whole bunch of stuff over here. So great day to get on this. JD Bourbon Approach. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Loving those castle picks, man. Awesome. But back to it, like when you envision that stuff, man, it's like vision boards and everything else. If you've ever read The Secret, anything like that, it might sound cheesy, but I'm telling you, man, you envision it, you look at it, you make that your focus instead of everything else outside of you. Man, brain's a powerful thing. It can make a lot of things happen. Oh, you might surprise yourself.
I'm surprised by this Rebel Year 100. This Rebel Yell 100.
You went back over to that?
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that I'm not hating on it at all. I'm actually enjoying this drink.
No, it is good.
And you're talking like this is a really affordable drink, like incredibly affordable.
Yeah.
This ain't a hate.
Yeah, I want to go back to this after the Horse Soldier and see where I'm at here.
Yeah, I just did that. I just went between the two. I thought they could have been blended for sure. No question about it. Matter of fact, I'll do that. I have a liquor just in here. I'm gonna throw a smidge.
Yeah, you doing like a 2-to-1? I have like maybe a 1 to a 2 of the Horse Soldier here.
I'm gonna do a 1-to-1 because I think they could stand that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing 1-to-1?
I'm just doing a straight 1-to-1 of them.
Okay, I can do that. I've got extra.
And the Rebel Yell's gonna take it down, but the Rebel Yell being a weeder.
They're both weeded. They're both weeded.
I haven't looked at this in a while.
Yeah, they're both weeded bourbons.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
But I'll tell you what, there's that. Yeah, that doesn't suck at all.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad on the first swirl there.
Oh, no. That's marrying up pretty nice. I'll take my Horse Soldier glass and. No, that's all right. Huh.
Hey, Mike Stahl sneaking in with another one. Down to 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes to get your entries in for this fantastic toasted barrel Elijah Craig. As most would say right now, better than the B521. Maybe.
There's some people that are
Depends.
saying that. Some people are saying that. I haven't done the B521 yet. I have a hard time believing I'm going to wait it though. I mean, because I don't.
Yeah.
The Elijah Craig barrel proofs.
I can't remember who the first person that told me this one, but they accidentally, their mom, I believe it was their mom, so maybe somebody will be able to get this one right for me. Sherry Garner, I got your entry. Their mom mixed EC Toasted Barrel with the EC Rye by accident, and they said it was fantastic. I'm going to tell you, I tried it myself. That's a pretty good pour. Makes a great burr rye. We're burr rye fans in this house between the Lost Monarch and the burr rye expression from High West. If you've ever been on my channel, you know my wife's a High West collector, so we have like 7 different expressions of burr rye. So I would put this right up here at the top. It's good stuff. Very good stuff. So what do you think? Can you try it yet?
Yeah, I took like just a little bitty sip, and you know what, I'm liking it.
I know Marty's an EC Rye fan. I saw him drinking it on the stream the other day. Definitely.
You know, that's what I was getting wrong. I was like, wait a second. I was thinking of the mash bill of the small batch.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Totally different.
Totally different. It's a low wheat.
It is. It is.
But you know, the reason why, you know, you think about it, right? It makes really good sense that when we were looking at, when we were getting this like chocolate note and this cocoa note.
It's because, it had that high barley.
It's above 6% barley. Anytime it's 6%, it throws that out there.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Richie Z, what's going on? Thanks for making it out tonight, man. Appreciate you coming and checking out.
What the son of a monkey?
Yeah, me and the Bourbon Battalion celebrating Memorial Day and a little late, but celebrating military, having military-inspired pours, doing a little Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel giveaway. We got 2 more minutes in the giveaway, and I'll shut that down. I don't know how long we'll go tonight, but I'm going to shut the giveaway down. So if anybody wants to get in last minute, we'll keep it going here for 2 more minutes. Last chances to win this beast. Like I said, tomorrow's mail day for me. So if you get me all your...
Chris, what's your favorite military movie?
My favorite military movie? The Big Red One.
The what? Did you say the Big Red One?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've heard of that.
Really?
No.
It's a 1980s war movie, man.
Huh.
I used to watch it with my grandfather, who was a World War II vet, all the time, man. It's
I have a lot of things I used to watch when I was a kid with my uncle, who was a military guy, and all those guys. I watched a lot of classics, you know, the Bridge of Quay, and I watched
that's a good one too,
Navarone, and I mean a lot of old school military.
Yeah, Ben Demon Hunter's coming in with my second favorite, Black Hawk Down.
For me, it will always be Full Metal Jacket. It will always be.
That's a great movie too, man.
The Gunny, I'll tell you what, drill instructor, dude. When he's sitting there and he's like, melt coated oat, melt coated oat. To this day, it gives me chills.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
you know,
that's definitely in the top 10, man.
That's that third phase of boot camp when your drill instructors know you're a badass and you're marching on point and your heels are thunder and lightning. And, it's like, he's literally like, you'll be walking and when your heels hit, he's like, thunder, lightning. And it's like, like, oh, I can do that shit for days. I literally will be outside and I'll like doing something and my wife will hear me. I'll be like, I'll just strike it up. I'll just start calling a cadence. And she's like, what, there's no one out here but you. And I was like, oh, there's like a lot of people in my head. It's just, but it's funny. I can be down here. And if the gunny happens to be up there out by his truck, and I'm like, go, he'll like, you can hear us echoing through the neighborhood. We'll echo through the neighborhood, and it's so funny.
Hell yeah. Dude, those are the good times. You get a chance, man, go check out Big Red One. I'm
interested.
World War I movie. It's great, man. Like I said, I watch it with my grandfather all the time. He's a World War II vet.
I can tell you for sure, if you're a person that really likes some really good series, Band of Brothers is really good.
That's a fantastic series. I have all of them. I have all that.
The thing that people miss, right? There was another series done exactly the same way in the same war called the Pacific.
Yes, I've seen that as well.
The Pacific is all the Marine Corps and all of the landings and all the fighting they had to do that nobody wanted.
Yes.
Islands that nobody wanted to go in and nobody wanted to do, but the Marine Corps would go. And even if you go back to World War, in there, you had like certain areas in the different world wars that even though the Marines weren't the primary fighting force in the European theater, we were in the Asian theater. There were Marines that were sent in at times that needed to like help out.
Yeah. My grandfather was in the South Pacific. I can tell you some amazing stories that I'm not supposed to tell, but he's not here anymore. So I guess I could tell him.
I think that I've always
been very interesting stories. Let me tell you. I was
always fortunate that, I always took my time to listen to my elders. And it was a huge benefit to be a military man because you would get some of your elders to talk to you because you were a military man. They wouldn't talk to a civilian necessarily. I knew people that had family members that they asked questions all the time. They wouldn't talk to them, but he'd talk to me, and I just sit there and literally as they're sitting there talking, I would just be like sobbing, I wouldn't cry, but I'd have tears just rolling down my eyes because
for sure.
I'm just sitting there because the pain and the thing, you know what? And they didn't stop. There was no stop, so I'll tell you like the really cool thing. The reason like there's this weird thing between me and the gunny, other than we're actually physically biological brothers, just so everybody knows, the gunny isn't just my Marine Corps brother. He's actually my biological brother. When I was very first going into the military, I had a conversation with my brother. And he made a really generic statement. He wasn't dogging on anybody. He wasn't trying to be hateful. He was just telling me as a Marine, and it was like when Desert Storm was first happening, in 1990. And he said, just watch the news. Unfortunately, there's going to be some casualties. But what you will notice, there will be some soldiers and there'll be Marines. But you'll never hear a Marine lumped into the term soldier. If there's 40 people killed and one of them is a Marine, you'll hear 39 soldiers and one Marine. Because we are the few, we're the proud, we are the unique. There's no one like us. And I can remember there being a conversation about something that happened. And I remember hearing CNN at the time giving this report of X amount of soldiers died and X amount of Marines died. And the turning point for me, there was an interview. And if anybody ever seen it, they'll know it. I mean, I don't know if I had to see it to know, but I'll never forget it ever in my life. There was a Humvee that had 3 Army guys in it, and a Marine Corps Lance Corporal happened to be the driver. They got attacked. One of the Army guys was killed. There was an Army sergeant that was alive, an Army corporal or specialist that was alive, and then a Marine Corps Lance Corporal, an E3. And I'll never forget the interview. I could literally relive the interview every day of my life. He goes to the senior guy first, this Army sergeant. When you went under fire, what were you thinking? He's like, I instantly knew I had to get to cover. I had to have concealment, and I had to evaluate my situation. They got to the Army corporal and asked him the same thing, and he gave the exact same answer. They looked at the Lance Corporal, the Marine Corps Lance Corporal. You had a sergeant ran for cover. You had a corporal ran for cover. You ran around the side, grabbed the Army corporal that died, put him on your shoulder, and got to cover. Why did you do that? Stone cold, no expression. Marines don't leave anybody behind. And I instantly was like that, and I signed up for the Marine Corps. So
right on.
I'll never forget the interview ever the rest of my life. And
nice.
But having gone through the Marine Corps and after that, you know what? That's part of your ingrained in doctrine, right? There's certain things about every training that goes on. And
oh yeah,
anybody that ever saw that video or that interview and knows it, it is stuck in your memory banks forever.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, Will Zirk, what's up, dude? Miss you, man.
Dude,
absolutely miss you.
I was so glad to meet Will. That was so fun.
I finally got to put a face to the name I see in the chats all the time, man. It was great.
You know, the very first time that because like I know that Mike was, you know, when I was talking to Kleiner and he was talking about Carrie, and I was like, you know, I don't think I've ever really seen Carrie. And it must be just like a hodgepodge because I don't catch everybody. You know, that's hard. You have a life, you have a family.
It is hard.
But every time that I happen to be watching Kleiner, it's always Zirk. It was Zirk. So
yeah.
So I had a face, but I didn't have a personality necessarily like an in-person.
Yeah.
And you know, because everybody can be whatever. But listen, I'm telling you right now, when everybody got together, I could literally do that once a month and I would not be upset.
Oh, dude, me either.
My wife would be pissed, but you know what? She'd get over it.
Yeah, my wife wouldn't be happy at all. But you know what? She was happy that it went. She was very ecstatic when I got home and she saw how happy I was, yet how sad I was. Like she was like, "You needed this." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "This was amazing." You know, after all the stuff that's going on for the last year, but like I said, man, it gave me that clubhouse vibes again. And dude, you guys are part of my team, man.
Yeah,
you know,
there's no doubt about it.
I'll take the field with any of you guys any day of the week and go to battle, dude. No doubt about it.
That's exactly like, you know what? This is my squad.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's your clubhouse team. It's my squad, man. Any one of these guys could call me. And anybody that knows me knows I don't say this lightly. If they called me and said, "Hey, I need you," if it's within my means, it's happening. You know, but don't call me and tell me you're in duress because something bad's about to happen to somebody because I'm coming. So, but no, you know, it was one of those things. Like I can't even say it enough. I know you felt it for sure, and I know I wasn't the only one because I've talked to a couple people. You know what? The days after, because that was such an emotional high, because you had a group of guys, a common thing, and everything was really good. Everything was not nice and fun, and everything it should be for guys. And at the same token, you've been what over a year without being able to do something like that.
Oh yeah, and you know, I came home that night and did the live stream on Livewire, and like I'm sitting here. And even though I'm talking to everybody on the screen, like you were talking about, I was looking around.
I'm by myself again.
I'm sitting in this room by myself. Like here I am again, turning around.
Yep.
Doing this. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody's saying, "Dude, just grab that and pour it." You know, you were looking at it earlier and talking.
Yeah.
Like there was none of that. There was absolutely none of that.
I agree completely.
And yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing, right? You know, and I'll tell you what, you know, there's obvious things that you could see that, you know, it meant everything to everybody, but it was always something more to, you know, some people it would meant a little bit more to. Not in a bad way, but you know, some people have more isolation. Some people, I'm super fortunate. My brother lives 2 houses away.
Oh, dude, that's
I have a
awesome.
person that can come down when he can. Will come down and we can spend time together doing cigars. So I'm not limited to just me.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, I'm going to throw a quick challenge at you, man. Take your EH Taylor you got left and your regular Horse Soldier, the non-blended one.
Yeah.
Nose them next to each other.
Oh, well, I don't have anything left, but I'll pour them and do it.
Uh-oh. That's my fault. I probably waited too long to tell you. I've been nursing these and taking little sips here.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be a good boy for the stream.
Well, I'm still a good boy. We haven't even drank.
No, we haven't yet.
I'm good with that.
By the way, if you guys don't know, this is the shit right here. Liquid IV literally saved 9 men over a weekend. We went through almost 4 Costco sized packages of Liquid IV. 4 cases of water.
4 cases of water.
In under 3 days. So put those numbers together. A lot of guys that woke up after drinking some quality stuff, and I guarantee you this wasn't a lot of hangover action because Liquid IV.
Right now,
if you're on keto, don't do it. Cheech pointed that out to us. Don't do it. 11 grams of sugar. Better stuff on the Amazon.
Yeah, but there was nobody.
Any questions? Hit up whiskeyoncore@gmail.com. Ask about the electrolytes. He'll send you the link.
But there was nobody had a hangover.
No.
There was no hangovers. There was no anything bad. There was no sickness. There was no nothing. I mean, everybody was unbelievably enjoyable and fun and did stupid stuff, but nothing that was like disrespectful or rude to the establishment.
Yeah, for sure. Old Man Joe, what's going on?
Old Man Joe's in the house.
Sneaking in, man. He's sneaking in. He's sneaking in.
Always creeping.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to say it one last time. I let it go past the normal cutoff. We got to talking. Bobby got to rolling. But last call, I'm going to do the drawing at 10:50. Anybody wants to get in for one more chance of this? Right now, we got 26 entries. You got a 1 in 26 chance to pull a toasted barrel. I can tell you via my distributor, you will not see them again until October, so it's not going to be back on your shelves again until October. If you really want one, here's your chance. Bottle going out in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys.
Side by side, they're very similar, except where you really get that proof note on that Horse Soldier.
Yes.
The only thing that
you catch that bit of ethanol on the Horse Soldier when you nose it. Otherwise, like when you first dip in, I think they're very similar until that ethanol hits you.
Except for the ethanol, right?
Yeah, until that ethanol hits you, I think they're really similar, which kind of blows me away.
They're incredibly similar.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. EH Taylor was one of my first pours that like.
I think the Horse Soldier is a little bit richer.
Yep.
A little bit richer.
Yeah, because you can really hit those like chocolate. I think a little bit of dark chocolate notes and that deep butterscotch that's almost like the lone Werther's that was a little bit deeper than the rest of them. If you ever got into a bag of Werther's,
kind of like a burnt caramel.
And there was always 1 or 2 of those in the bag back in the day that like these two were not like the rest of them, and you knew it when you opened it up.
I think you're right though. The EH Taylor is a little bit more butterscotchy, and I think the Soldier is a little bit more of like a burnt caramel or like an old caramel. Got you, JD. But they're definitely similar. What was that note? I just got a weird note. That was very something I know.
Zerk, I got you.
What did I just get? Okay, your time's up. You need to cut it.
Okay. All right. All entries are over. I'm going to go through and make sure that I've got them all and nothing slipped in through the cracks. Bum, bum, bum. Cell phone for the win.
Yeah, I think that.
Okay. Well, that's correct.
Yeah, the E.H. Taylor is it's it's very corny on the front end, but it starts
Yeah.
up and turn into this like butter scotchy, maybe like a butter scotchy vanilla note, like a weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I agree with that 100%.
It's a blend of it, right? There's like if you took vanilla ice cream or vanilla flavoring and put some butterscotch on it, like butterscotch
Yeah.
pour, and mix it
All
together.
right. I'm going to randomize this list. You keep on talking. I'm going to randomize this 3 times. Well, hell, let's go 4 times. Then I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna let Bobby pick a number,
All right.
and we're gonna go from there, guys.
Now,
So
I'll tell you, the horse soldier though is it's almost like if I had E.H. Taylor and I add espresso bean.
okay, I'm gonna have to hit this here and see.
If I take it out of context to say what would it be that is missing from here that I could add to that, I think it would be that like weird like coffee bean, espresso bean type of non-grinded, just straight in the bag. There's like definitely a coffee bean in there, like a really rich coffee bean.
Yeah. And I am kind of an espresso. Yeah, I like my espresso. I'm not gonna lie.
About espresso while we're waiting for it to randomize.
It's all randomized, man. I need a number from you.
Yeah.
From 1 or 0 to 32.
24.
24, and our winner tonight is Dustin Rogelstad.
Nice. Congratulations, Dustin.
Yeah.
Your lucky number inverse my favorite number in the world.
Hell yeah. Very nice.
42, I had to go 24.
Yeah, I didn't quite get to that number. I knew you reversed that there.
And I'm not the only number 42 in the world. I'm just saying.
That's all right.
I think there's 3 of us in the YouTube community that are all part of the 42 band.
There you go. And actually, Dustin's one of my guys from my Barreled Up baseball group.
Nice.
So he came in with the big win there. I'm going to tell you guys, we can't give you all the deets, but we actually had a drawing. We had somebody who had availability at a store that pulled 3 old Fitz 8 years because the store owner didn't want them on his shelves, needless to say. He has like 10, 9 years on his shelves. So he let them go out to somebody in my group at under store cost. Like cheaper than I've ever seen him before, mind you. And that person kept one, and there were 6 of us that were in a little bit of a battle. And we did an awesome drawing where names went inside of balloons, and his kids went and popped the balloons because each balloon had a name in them. And that's how that went down. Unfortunately, I didn't win. I would have loved to have got one. I'll never get an old Fitz for under MSRP ever.
No.
But that was my chance. But cheers to the 2 gentlemen that got them.
Cheers.
Matt Myers, that's part of the group and been on this channel. Great guy. Love him to death. And Joe Weiland. Joe will be on the show pretty soon. He's got a lot of stuff going on with the current baseball season, but you guys will all see him on here. Another amazing guy. Works with a lot of charities, some baseball bourbon charities, and also dude knows his bourbon. So he will be a lot of fun, just like Matt, when we get on here. Lots of fun stories, lots of good shit, man. I'm telling you, man, these are so close, but yet just different.
Did you blend them?
No. Did you blend them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, shit. All right.
I did.
Fresh glass.
I like
it.
I like it.
I've got about a 1-to-1. Is that what you did?
That's what I did.
Perfect. I've got a 1-to-1 here.
I'm not hating on that at all.
I really don't think there's anything to hate on with this. So
I think
I love the noses of both of them. They both have distinct characteristics.
I think they're both good.
I'm going to tell you, if you guys can see that there, and we get off screen here.
You can see
that color, dude. That color, the Horse Soldier color, and that E.H. Taylor color. Oh, gorgeous. That took it to a new level. One note that I'll drop for everybody that does jump into the E.H. Taylor small batch. If you paid attention at all to the San Francisco Spirit Awards this year, E.H. Taylor small batch for the first time was not in the 6 to 10 year category. It was actually in the 5 year and under category. So E.H. Taylor small batch that comes out in 2021 and beyond for the time being is 5 years or less. It is not over 6 years for the small batch blend. So just a little FYI out there to you. If it tastes a little bit different, maybe a little younger. Dude, the nose mellowed out big time. I expected the nose to take off. It really mellowed out.
No, but you put a weeder on a bourbon.
We did.
You kind of made a 4-grain, kind of.
Yeah. By the way, I want to say thank you to everybody that donated for the giveaway. I appreciate each and every one of you. Those little things help the channel carry on, keeps my wife out of my hair, and keeps this going. So, yeah. By the way, she loves this channel, so she's never going to tell me to stop. So, just so you know. I just say that all the time.
My wife just keeps asking me, when am I going to get to the point of letting her retire? And I said, well, when you're like old enough to retire.
Yeah. I hear that one a lot.
Well, I was really fortunate. I just told her, I said, when are you going to let me take 13 years off to enjoy not having kids? Because I let you have 13 years to help raise them. The 13 years you were at home raising them, was the 13 years I was working double overtime.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That usually just goes like, oh, yeah, okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I do get at my kid's age, it's almost perfect. I have a 9-year-old daughter and I have twin 5-year-old boys, and right now they're at that great age where they all still love you to death. They haven't gotten those huge fights about hanging out with their friends or doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah. Especially
my boys, like. I get to wake up to them every morning, knocking on my door or being like, "Hi, Dad. How'd you sleep? What's going on?" Yeah, it's so much fun because my wife goes to work early, like at 3 a.m. in the morning. So I get them ready every morning, make them breakfast, get them dressed, get them going, get my daughter on the bus, get the boys to daycare. They're all going to be going.
That's the cool thing. The boys will have each other.
Oh, dude, they do. They're very protective of each other. And like if one's not around the other one, they're like, "Where's my brother? I need my brother." Yeah. I'm telling you, they have that sibling bond where it's, they kind of have their own language, or they know what each other is thinking when they look at each other. I mean, they're identical twins.
That's how I felt when I left.
They got a lot going on, man.
That's how I felt when I left this weekend. Where's my brothers?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. 100%. Look at this guy sneaking in. Tony Two Toes sneaking in.
Up, Tony.
I saw Bourbon sneak in. He says he's still not feeling the best. Bourbon, I hope you get better, bro. Get that stuff checked out. We need you back in tip-top shape. I miss you, man.
I think that's because Cheech sent him into like some areas. No, not really. But.
Yeah. He sent him into special places.
You walk into a liquor establishment that has highway patrol mounted at the doors, you probably just got in your car and went somewhere else.
Dude, it might have been that rest stop, though. He was in that rest stop a while, and that place looked shady.
Yeah.
That rest stop looked really shady. Yeah. I'm not going to shy away from that.
Well, if it happened down there, there's an obvious culprit, right? There's only one schlonger, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, right there, Tony Two Toes. Bourbon got some herb from the schlonging.
That's some funny stuff.
Hell yeah. Oh, Old Man Joe talking about bourbon with some wind beneath my wings. I don't know who showed that. I haven't shared that. I have the original copy. Let me tell you, there's nothing like Cartman Live.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, and that was on point.
Dude,
That was as close as I
that
came
was
to
one of the
pissing
best
myself.
things ever, man.
That's probably one of the closest times I came to pissing myself the whole week.
Ain't that a fact? All right, I'm gonna give it this a taste, man. I'm excited. The nose,
Dude,
the
the
nose
taste
is
of it so far,
crazy.
it's really good. I drank it already. I'm like, man, that's freaking good. That's really good. Yeah, I'm not hating on that at all. That made that small batch
Dude.
better.
Oh my goodness.
That made that Taylor small batch way better.
Guys, if you got EH Taylor small batch, you got some horse, soldier, weeded, barrel proof.
Blend it.
This blend 1-to-1. Woo!
It's good.
This is really good.
Yeah, it is.
I'm telling you what, you put about a halfer of the 1-to-1. You put about a halfer. I'm gonna. Do I have it open?
An open what?
I don't know if my did I open my Obtanium? I don't remember if I just opened up my baseball pick. But you know what? I got Bull Run, which is a 13-year MGP corn whiskey. Close enough. By the way, you guys come across the Bull Run label in a non-finish. They come in Pinot finish. If you can come across this one, they're mostly store picks, but it's a 13-year. It's very similar to the Obtanium, same stuff. Don't know what they do to it to finish it. They do a little something. But man, this stuff is fantastic. It has a little bit of a different profile. It's good. It's real good. So I want to mix just about like a half with this.
What's the proof?
And see where that 129 too.
Okay, so I'm going to put some Taylor in, what I think is like 1. I'm just going to do a 1 for 1 because I'm going to add. Okay, I'll add this. This is my. So my 1-to-1. Listen, everybody knows, and I know there's people in here that hate it. Get over it. I don't ever measure anything. I can tell if I've got 1 part. So that's 1 part to me. And then if I add 1 part.
My measuring's close, man. I'm not busting out the pipettes. Don't get me wrong. I do that. But like for something like this, just having fun.
I don't ever measure. And my brother, it drives him crazy. I don't bring out my jigger.
And Mike Stahl asked if that blend of the Horse Soldier and the EH Taylor was better than either one by itself.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the Horse Soldier. It took that little edge off it. I like the Taylor, but I think it completed it. I like
them both, but I like what they did together.
It did something special.
It did.
I've had the EH Taylor 4 grain.
I'm telling you right now, this is just I've never had
pretty close.
I've
pretty
never
close.
Had 4 grain. I haven't had that.
Oh, dude, it's good. It's good. I'd say what we made was close. Now I'm curious when I put that little bit of Bull Run in if we're gonna get some of that OC love.
So I'm gonna add this to it.
Oh my God, Bobby.
What?
If you got Obtanium and you have these two, dude, it's OC, dude.
I don't have Obtanium, but I have like.
Okay, so you got real corn whiskey.
I have straight corn whiskey. So let me get it.
Holy shit.
So I'm going to fill my dropper.
Damn.
And I'm going to do, let's say, 6 drops.
Okay.
Let's do 6 drops of pure grain corn whiskey. And let me tell you, you could drink this all day
Oh
long.
yeah. Dude, I've had the goods right off the still at Cat's Eye Distillery after they've run it on the plastic spoon.
I had this
Dude.
right straight off the still from a
Oh,
distillery
uh-huh.
that I can't talk about.
It's
But
okay. We won't tell. I'm probably not supposed to tell what I did, but I'm just letting it out there.
I can get mine by the gallon. So I'm just saying. Oh, hell. Fuck off. That just turned to like a freaking
Dude.
like
Mine,
a popcorn caramel ball.
yeah. Mine, I'm not kidding. Mine has the nose of that OC 5 and 6 here. It's ridiculous.
The only way I'll be able to know that is on the palate, because that palate is really significant to me. It's like really structured. I know that palate.
It is. I'm not saying this is going to be it. But,
I mean, I carry now on the nose. I definitely.
look at the color.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
I mean, that color's there. Yeah. All right.
That's pretty damn good. What am I missing?
Bobby, you're missing this.
No, I'm saying that I think if we would have done.
I don't need to buy Old Harbor anymore.
I don't have Bull Run. I just put straight corn whiskey in.
Yeah, you're fine.
I put in bourbon. Like what I have is, it would be bourbon if they would have poured it into a charred oak container and then poured it back out. It just never made it to container. But I tell you now, I think this needs, for me, that it's missing. Might be another part horse order.
Yeah, I just got asked what you would use instead of horse soldier if you don't have it, and I said maybe like something like an FAE 01. I mean it's got a lot of those similar flavors. It's a weeder. I think you need that weeder to round it out.
I think it's really hard to find a weeder that's like horse soldier though, for like what it is. I mean, you don't have a lot of like heavy complex weeded.
Hey, Ace Chicago, never seen you in the chat. Welcome to Big League Bourbon.
What are you saying oops for? Oops.
I'm not sure.
Because I blended again? Oops.
Oops, I blended again.
Don't make me come in and like, you don't want that, because Schwanger can sing. Battalion cannot. I am going to add
Big League cannot. Big League can throw fastballs. Cannot sing.
No.
You might have heard us on the Destination.
Chris, can you still throw?
Oh yeah, I can still throw. A couple years ago, I threw with a bunch of the kids. Like it was like 2 years ago now. Every year I would throw for my high school team that I was coaching at the time. I would go out one day and pitch live batting practice. We'd break the gun out, have fun, see who could hit coach. So I was still very successful. It was still a lot of fun screwing with kids.
Quite a bit of warm up though to get
no, but I felt like shit for the next like 3 to 5 days.
So like
not gonna lie, the body doesn't recover. Arm wasn't bad. It's for me, everything is legs, man. Like, I'm a thick dude through the bottom, and you have to be to throw hard. I mean, even those ultra skinny dudes have a huge base on them. Right. That's where all their weight is. It's not in that upper torso or the core or the arms.
Drive in the lower half. You have to have lanky arms for whip, right? I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Because if you're going by physics, you're trying to create the most ground force as possible to, from the backside, you're staying connected all the way until the front side hits the ground. And when that front side hits, it drives back up through, which rotates your core,
right,
which then accelerates your arm. If you're just to throw, here's a baseball thing for you. If you're just to throw, your shoulder, even the best baseball player in the world, or some of the best throwing athletes, not baseball players, guys. The best throwing athletes in the world are some of the cricket pitchers, and number one overall is javelin throwers. I mean, anybody throwing something 5 to 8 pounds, 300 yards is elite. You think about baseball, you're throwing something 5 ounces and you're throwing that distance. You're not throwing 5 pounds. Think of a football. A football is 14 ounces, unless you're Tom Brady, you're in Deflategate, you're throwing like 12 ounces.
Yeah.
But still, you think about those guys, Mike Vick, elite, throwing the ball 80 yards, Jamarcus Russell, even though he was a bust, that dude had a cannon, could huck the ball. But you think about any of those guys throwing something 5 to 4 times heavier than what they were throwing and throwing it just as far, it's probably not happening, at least in my opinion. I mean, I've seen some of those guys try to throw that stuff. I've tried to throw that stuff.
Unless you are like a person in physics and Lamar and he can teach you, because that shit can be like,
yes, one of the best ever. I just showed my age there, and I'm not afraid. Hey, this is Lamar. We throwing javelin.
It's like, oh my god. That was so funny. Yeah. I'll tell you what was so funny is that when you talk about throwing that stuff, like I had a 100%.
I just lost like 12 viewers. No, just kidding.
Like I didn't lose any. Repair of my rotator because of a telephone climbing accident. And, and you know what? Realistically, I can still throw. If you're like we're talking football, right? I can still, but I have to warm up a lot to get my arm moving and all that stuff. But when I'm warmed up, I mean, I'm like in 20 and 30 yards, I'm throwing a dart. Yeah. What was weird was like when I was, years younger before my surgery and that stuff, I could throw a pop corner football end zone to end zone on a rope.
Oh, all day.
I could throw that shit. And we had this like weird thing where we were being stupid, young adults. And I actually wasn't really all that young. They were younger. But someone threw a high arcing ball, and I said, watch this. I'm going to throw one at Tony. And I busted his nose from 50 yards. I literally shattered his nose.
Dude, and that's awesome.
I thought it was awesome, but I got in trouble for it. But I thought it was funny. And but it's one of those weird things that I still have a cannon, but my cannon doesn't have as much effective range. There's less powder.
Right.
I went from.
I'm going to give everybody the fact. I was just going to tell them I lost track. But when we're talking shoulder guys, sorry to cut you off, but I have to tell this before I forget again. Your shoulder, the best athlete, whether it's that javelin thrower or it's Aroldis Chapman, some of the best cricket throwers throwing 110, 114, your shoulder can only rotate. And I'm not even going to get into the degrees and the degrees per second it moves, because that just gets way too nerdy right now. So we'll keep it simple. But your shoulder can only go 78.2 miles an hour on its own. If your shoulder goes any faster than 78.2 miles per hour, you are going to sublux your shoulder, which is essentially dislocating it, which in turn to do it naturally means you've torn either your rotator cuff, you've torn the labrum, the supraspinatus, something in there, and you're going for surgery. So if that shoulder's doing 80 on its own with no lower half, you wrecked yourself. One of those crazy things that are out there.
Well, I can tell you what's really funny is like I actually hurt my shoulder before I did it in my telephone company accident. When my son was in coach pitch, I went to a tournament. And we went up to Michigan for a tournament, and I was the coach pitch guy, and we were in it all the way till the championship. And so, you know what you're doing in coach pitch? I could throw a strike every freaking time, but you're just like doing darts. It's like you're throwing darts, nothing more than this. And I jacked up my shoulder so bad 2 days later, I could barely move it. And I was like, I went to my buddy who is my high school quarterback. That's my orthopedic surgeon. He said, dude, that repetition of what you were doing, your shoulder can't take that. I said, I could throw like this. He said, yeah, but that isn't what you were doing. You were doing this with a baseball. And I did it for every game, all 6 games, the whole weekend. He said, dude, you probably threw 500 to 600 baseballs back to back to back to back to back. He's like, that's not good. I said, yeah, but the other guy threw something that was striking all the kids out. I said, you can't have the coach striking out all the coach pitch kids. And so, but I could throw it like in this perfect little thing, and they knew to swing here and they could hit it. And it's funny you say that, because you can have like this little simple rotation that doesn't really have anything to do with speed or nothing.
Yeah.
Weird rotation that your shoulder is not equipped to do.
No, it's really not. It's a full functional body movement, and that's one of the ways that baseball has progressed in the training. And you've seen a lot more guys than ever cross that 90-mile-an-hour mark. It's because we now understand that it's, not just building arm strength, but it's working from the ground up. And the biggest thing you can learn is functional movement. I've done a lot of studies on functional movement, kinesiology, biomechanics. I have tons of certificates, tons of hours, tons of seminars. When you learn how that works, I'm not kidding, man. I wish I would have known what I know now on a functional movement standpoint, because in my day, and we're talking, my career ended in 99, what I've learned in functional movement and learned in biomechanics and been able to continue throwing at a high level as an old, out of shape fat man with the kids and be able to do it and still break 90 at this age when I don't train year round. I start throwing when baseball season's getting ready so I can throw with the kids and do all that stuff. My kids are too young to do that with, but I still work with college guys that come in my backyard. We work all summer long, working, refining their stuff before we send them back. I still work with a couple pro guys here and there. I just got done working with like 6 different kids from age 10 through 18, setting them up for their high school seasons that were shortened. But like, it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of work. And when you can teach them and work through their deficiencies, but teach them in different ways how to move through space, which is essentially creating the most amount of movement and torque in the smallest amount of space possible, it gets crazy, and it makes somebody like me who did it for a long time and got away from it for a long time able to replicate it in a shorter amount of time. Yeah. Just because you understand how to move your body properly. And functional movement, it can change everything you do. It can change your balance. It can change so many things in your life. So
I agree. I think
unreal.
You look back at the idea of like, and I think that goes across sport platforms, right? I agree. When I think of baseball, right? I have the pitchers that were like the most synonymous pitcher to me because I was a pitcher. That was what I was.
Yeah.
My biggest fail in life is that I walked away from baseball because of my dad. And that was like the wrong reason to walk away. But I go back and look at it, if I would have had a support mechanism and something like that was doing this and I knew what I knew now based on what I could do back then, it was quite remarkable. I always felt like I was more of like a Bartolo Colon. I was a big, strong, short guy that could absolutely use my bottom end as torque, but I had much.
Kind of like this guy right here. That guy used his bottom end all weekend long for some torque.
Yeah, but I had so much drive in the low end, and I had so much to do in it. It was, but you think of like football. Think of Dan Marino, probably one of the most efficient quarterbacks with little movement ever, that threw some of the most incredible things you ever saw. Dan Marino's moment, his release was the fastest, I think, still to this day ever. And you're talking about it looked like he was throwing darts. He would just be like this.
Yeah, dude, he was that low 3/4, almost a slam motion.
He was never wind back. He was never beyond his ear. He was always at his ear. He'd be like this and torque. But he would throw darts like 60, 65 yards on a rope. And you're just like incredible. What's up, Mr. Stahl? I feel like I should get a hat on. Oh, look at you on Smoke Wagon. That's the Uncut Unfiltered, right? I don't have that next to me, but I have this one next to me.
You know what? I've still never cracked one of my Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltereds.
You need to crack that shit and bottle chug it.
My Smoke Wagons are all components of bourbon.
Hey, Stall. I told my wife we're breaking the wagons this weekend. You know what that means?
I do not.
I know what I think.
Oh, yes, you do. You know what's on my shelf. You know what's getting broken open.
Oh, it's not like an actual wagon. I thought some shit was going down that I didn't need to hear.
Oh.
Just wait.
Oh, are you sending me a sample of that shit, bro?
Which
Are you
one?
gonna send me a sample of that?
What is it? I gotta see.
That's the birthday batch or whatever, the 13-year.
The elevator. We going to town this weekend. I told Mama it can happen since she's the one who found this.
Bro, are you gonna send me a
batch.
sample of that shit?
You know, I might be able to do that for you.
I'll send you some shit, whatever you want. Not that I have anything.
You know you will. You know you will. But I'm gonna tell you guys something funny on that, man. Dude, it blows my mind. We have a store that's close to me, and like I respect that store. They do a lot of cool shit. What batch is that? 36. See, I got 43. You know what's special about 43?
It's one off of 42.
Well, but 43 was the batch that won the double gold out at San Francisco.
Mm.
That
is cool. So,
oh yeah,
I just got another batch today. I have the 48 and then I have the 59 I just got today. Batch 59.
Yeah, you want to see something pretty about this bottle? We all know what they go for. We all know what they go for on secondary, right? Stupid. Absolutely stupid. You guys ready for this? This is what Mama paid for this. If it'll pick it up. Can you see that?
Are you popping it right now?
I'm not going to pop it right now, but I'm just trying to show you what she paid.
Hey, Chris, what time are you ending the stream?
I'm probably going to turn it off to everybody else in about 22 minutes, and then we'll just stay on the backside. So at 11:45 my time, I'll be turning off the live stream.
So another 20 minutes.
So it's
if you guys didn't see this, her retail price before tax was this right here, and it blew my mind when she showed it to me.
Nice.
That didn't just disappear. Yeah, dude, that blew my mind, man.
Am I not seeing it?
Absolutely blew my mind. $95.99.
Oh, okay. Okay, down there. No wonder I've been missing out on everything. I was in a private chat. Look at all the comments.
He's like, how come nobody's been saying anything all night?
No, I've been watching on YouTube on my phone, but I've been like so focused. You know, like I get so focused on stuff. Was it the last time in my feed I had someone wait? I think I had someone waiting to jump on stream, and I didn't even know they were there. So
that's awesome. Hey, if anybody wants to jump on with us, man, we're going to be flipping over the backside of the chat, which means we'll still be talking, having some pours, shooting the shit. We'll be doing that at 11:45. It's pinned up in the top of the chat if you want to join that. Otherwise, we're going to keep the public live open until 11:45. Hey, we talk, we have fun. It's a good time. If you want to join in, join in. Open to everyone, you know.
Mike, that
no
horse
discriminating.
Soldier mixed with that Taylor is pretty damn good.
Was that good?
And then, dude, and then you drop in either the Obtainium.
Right? Yeah, horse soldier is 20% wheat, right?
Is that MGP weeder?
No, it's a combination. It's a combination. They get distillate from Florida, Columbus at their distillery, and some MGP.
Actually,
I did a lot of research on it because I've been talking about it a lot, and I wanted to be able to know a little something, something, because a couple people gave me some shitty about it.
So it was kind of a cool thing happened today. So I go
Bring
into
it.
my like local store, which is kind of it's a
Did you
single
say
store.
snore?
Snore. Yeah, I went into my snore. Sorry, I've had
Is
some
it the same? Is it Dave Co?
No. So it was
Oh,
North Star.
North Star. Is that home of Sam Houston 15 Colorado batch?
No, that was Dave Co.
Mm-mm.
I got one. So for the record, the Calumet 15 beat it last night.
Nice. Look at that.
So
Look
I
at
did
that.
the
Idaho pick.
I did the
Ooh.
Calumet 14, Calumet 15, Sam Houston 15, which I already knew the Calumet 14 was better than the Sam Houston 14, so I didn't bother. And although they were close, the Calumet 15 I thought was better than the Colorado Sam
He said,
Houston.
"Let me hang in the waiting room." This right here is a compliment.
I had to show him though, man. He had the smile going. He had the big smile going.
Women of whiskeys. This is compliment of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm waiting.
For the record, Dave Co is the largest liquor store in the world.
Yes, but you know who sells more liquor than Dave Co? Dave Co, largest liquor store. You know who sells more liquor a year than any other store?
Costco.
Or incorrect.
Oh, I was just guessing.
Kroger.
Oh, I was close. I was on the right track.
You were Kroger #1, man.
Kroger.
I was blown away by that.
Every liquor store in Ohio is in a Kroger.
Yeah.
You know what? So the one thing about Ohio, right? Everybody in Ohio is like technically drunk. So when Yuengling got the request to go to Ohio, they said we can't make enough to support Ohio, so they would not sell in Ohio until they opened their Florida plant. And we didn't get Yuengling here. We had to cross the border and basically beer shine it back to Ohio and cross the border with cases of it because they wouldn't sell it to Ohio because they knew we would drink so much they couldn't support our habit.
Dude, my neighbor who's a truck driver, he definitely beer shines that stuff home. Still to this day, we don't get it in Illinois.
Dude, I used to drive across the Pennsylvania border with my truck and come back, and people would pay me to bring it back.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. It's good stuff, man.
It's a great lager, right? It's a great lager.
It is. I mean, I got my first experience of it in the pirate system playing in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I fell in love with it,
It's the oldest.
And then I did.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, dude, it was so good. I still enjoy it to this day. Even through all the craft beers and all the shit I've done in the craft beer world, somebody puts a Yuengling in front of me, dude, I'm taking that over the best craft beer, best IPA, anything you're putting in front of me. A Black Stack,
I usually have it in my
Treehouse, any of that shit.
My kegerator usually has a keg of that. It's between that and Bud Light because the Gunny likes Bud Light.
So I'm looking at the leaderboard for Dave Co.
Yeah.
Right. So the leaderboard for the last 30 days, right, is how they do it. I guess it's June. Right. So I am ranked number 261 with 3,000 points. Dude, the leader has 22,000 points. Like that's got to be a corporate.
Dustin?
It's got to be a corporate buyer,
shelf
right?
Dustin? It's got to be Top Shelf Dustin.
I can tell you right now, and I'm going to get some hate for this. I absolutely will not go and buy something from someone that requires me to have a fucking point system. They can take that shit and let it sit on their shelves until they fucking croak.
They don't. You can buy it. You can buy stuff without a point system. You're just not going to get. You're not going to get the hard to get stuff without points.
Yeah, you can't buy the good stuff, right? And some of the good stuff really isn't that fucking hard to find, but they like to think it is. So where does
I think the point system is absolutely the best way to do it.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, if you're not going to be, they don't need you to buy their good whiskey.
No.
No, I
They don't. So I'm friends with one of the liquor store guys here.
just hate it. Dustin likes it because in his area, because like where he's at, there's a big place down there that has a point system. Because we're all from Ohio, we know exactly where it's at, and your point system is like stupid. Because you know what, I live 3 hours from there. What do you want?
No. So this is how they put it to me, right?
Like
this is how they put it to me. They said they don't need you to come in and buy the smoke wagon. They don't care if you come in and buy Blanton's. They're going to sell that whether Bobby gives a shit or not. They need people to come in and buy the fucking stuff that Luttig buys, right? Like, I mean, he goes in and he looks for those good buys that might be $25, might be $50, but might sit on the shelf all the time, right? Like, they need people that buy wine. They need people that make them money because everybody wants to get the Blantons. That'll sell no matter what. And so the lottery system, I think, lottery is not bad depending on how the lottery is set up, but the point system rewards people that spend money in that store, right? If you're not going to spend money in that store, that they need to keep, the doors open.
Reward system on spending an absurd amount of money to be able to buy a bottle that isn't even MSRP.
Yeah, most of them, like when you're doing it with that point system, most of them around here, they may not be right at MSRP, but they're pretty close.
If you're going to tell me that I have to spend $3,000 and it doesn't roll over each year, right? Each year it has to be renewed. Your point system doesn't roll. So you're saying I'm going to spend $3,000 to buy an inflated bottle? You know what?
If it's going to be inflated, you have a choice, right? Like you
gargle on some stuff. I'm just saying now.
You got to choose. Otherwise, and you still have to, like Daveco, you still have to stand in line if you're going to do it, right? Like they do Saturdays, you have to have 100 points to buy one of the allocated bottles, or they have an online only version, which is like gray area allocated, right? That's like Sam Houston 15, uncut, unfiltered. Like they're not that hard to get, but they don't want people buying a lot.
Area. I kind of like how they do stuff. They'll take one of their allocated bottles since they have a bar and you can purchase samples. And what they'll do with it is you come in, you purchase a sample of that bottle, so you get to try it, and that puts your name in a drawing to buy it at MSRP. So once the bottle's sold out, those guys, their names are in that drawing, and they only allow you to buy 2 samples per bottle. So nobody comes in and just tries to buy the whole thing because they're going to go do some crazy shit, anything like that. So, I mean, like they just did like 18 pours on an old Fitz, and, so it was a raffle, one out of 18. And it costs you $8 to get into. That's not a bad deal. I'd pay $8 for a chance to win that shit.
Yeah, so we have a place
I
around
just paid
here.
$5 to win a toasted barrel here. I've paid $5 on channels to win a special reserve, just chipping in. But you're going to give me an Old Fitz 14 at $8 for a shot to win it at MSRP? I'm in.
Yeah, we have that with some of those, like the Old Fitz. There's a couple of stores around here that'll do lottery for some of the like really hard to get, like the Pappies, right? And then some stores, like just because the Pappy is so few for some of these stores, they will they'll do it as a charity, right? So they'll put it up and then do an auction that the proceeds go to a charity. But that's where you get a Pappy at secondary prices. Like it's not. It's going for a better cause. At least it's not some douche on the street just trying to line his pocket. But
I think I think Daniel H hit this right. He said relationships gain you bottles faster than anything else.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Oh, for sure.
So that was the North Star guy today. Like he called, or I walk in, he's like, "Oh, Mike, I got something for you." And so he pulls out a toasted barrel, uncut, unfiltered. And then it was kind of cool. He's like, "We've heard about your YouTube channel." And I was like, "Really?"
Like, oh boy, Mike, you're getting famous, dude.
Like, I'm a pretty big deal. Whatever. Like, no, I didn't say that.
You got some of the sweetest shirts in the game made by like one of the best companies ever.
No, but you're absolutely right. Like that guy, the people they know that you come in, but it's like you don't build a relationship going in and just asking for, I mean, Blanton's is a terrible example because I don't think anybody in chat here asks for Blanton's, but
That was my only pour I didn't finish tonight.
but like, you know, I don't go, when I ask them if they have something in the back, I don't do it empty handed. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what have you got for me today? Right. I'll walk up with, you know, a bottle of something, you know, a Stellum or, you know, something that's, you know, they know I'm buying something else also all the time.
Yeah. Did you grab a Stellum?
I have the rye.
Oh, you got some mullet action?
Yep.
Give us the deets. Give us the deets. Give us the deets. Huh?
I'd sell you all my hitters first, but you don't have to show up with a backwards hat. Hey, backwards hat. Dude, I'm hip hop. I wear it backwards or I go straight flat bill, bro.
Hey, he
Courtesy of Big League Bourbon.
Hey, he didn't
right.
say don't show up. He said, I'd sell you all my hitters first, but you have to show up with a backwards hat.
Oh, I have to show up. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
Bland Age Designs right here. Got a hair
Daniel
on it.
H. That's right.
Bland Age Designs.
That's right. Printed by Ameriprint Plus.
Here he sponsored our channel last night and then didn't even show up to see it.
Sometimes those things happen, man.
It's all good. You got a family, bro, and we got to maintain our mental health through this whole thing too.
Daniel H knows I know. That's for sure.
Hey, how many subs did you get up to tonight?
Well, let me go look. I think I only got like 2 more subs tonight. We'll see. One of these days I'll crack the almighty. I'm at 194.
Dude, okay. Sunday, we're going to do everything we can to get you over 200.
Yeah. Dude, I'm rocking it in the Instagram world. You
Although you probably won't be there, but whatever.
No, I'll be there Sunday.
Oh, you know, you are such a petty bitch, man. I swear to God.
I am, or Stall is, because,
Stall.
you know.
Stall. In the best way ever, right? I don't ever talk like that to people I actually dislike. I only talk that like people I like.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I chimed in.
Yeah, so, Daniel H actually sent us samples already.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll him some samples back. Did we ever send you samples back, Daniel?
Hey, I just want to throw this down really quick because I just looked at this and it kind of blows me away. You know, I just made the comment about Instagram. A lot of people might trash on it and shit. Right before the stream went on, I made a quick reel just of the shelves really quick. Threw a little Sierra level up as it's going by. Kind of worked out perfect. I got over 2,000 views on that shit already.
Dude, that's crazy. I don't even know how to work some of this shit. Like everything we do is all luck.
I get 30 awesome, amazing people who come to my show every week. This week we got a new guy. We got Ace Chicago up in here. Thank you, Ace. First time I've seen you. Everybody else that's been in here tonight, you've been regular visitors, and I greatly appreciate all of you. I'm just saying, I can't believe I filmed a little 8-second video of my shelves and I got 2,000 views of it.
Oh yeah, but you know, Ace,
and yet I can bring former big league players on my show and rep it out all over Facebook and stuff in front of thousands of people in audiences based on the amount of people in the groups and stuff, and get like 60 people in here.
Yeah, so Ace Chicago had a thing. He said, "What is with peanut butter whiskeys? Is it a trend?" I think
anything flavored is a trend, man.
I think there is a weird trend with it because, you know, you're talking about like people that are trying to explore getting into whiskeys that don't have a good memory of whiskey, right? I think people
Daniel
whiskey have a serious thought process to the fact that they've had it as shots, they've had it as something else, but now they're enticed to hear like Knob Creek Maple or Screwball. Or all these different things are like, hey, listen, I like that flavor. And then it makes them slow down and think about it. And then if they drink it enough, they'll start saying like, wow, that's too sweet. How do I make it less sweet? That's where we come in. How do we teach them to drink, to taste, and understand what they're tasting? The big
Yeah, for
Daniel,
sure.
I was gonna say I sent you some hitters. I think we exchanged some hitters, buddy. He's like, I never got yours.
He said that.
Yeah, he said he got them though. Yeah, I was
I'm
about
just
to say
kidding.
like
All the hitters.
I could have sworn maybe it was a different Daniel H. I was like,
There's only one Daniel H, Mike.
yeah, I was like,
There's the Daniel H. Daniel Heiston is the dude.
I was like, I sent him like Bardstown, Foregate, Obtainium. I can't remember what else.
Did you send samples?
I sent him samples. Yeah,
Oh, you haven't sent bottles yet?
no, not full bottles of that,
I'm just saying.
dude. So I just got a bottle from Bourbon Wrench today.
Good.
Damn, dude, you're a baller.
Daniel H is laughing.
Hey, you know who's hooked me up in the whiskey world? YPC and the shits.
Nice.
I have a Obtainium bourbon coming at some point too, right?
You do. They're going to be coming soon. Also, some new Obtainium Love is going to be dropping from my peeps that way.
You see what Daniel H put in there, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you, there's some very good stuff on the horizon.
My sample pack to Daniel was 17 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah, I send like it's hard for me to send bottles because
Chris
it's
put that up
Colorado.
there. Daniel put up there, he's like, Bobby sent bottles.
Like Colorado
That's
has the
awesome.
worst. Colorado has the worst freaking bottles dropping, man. It's like compared to what Ohio gets, freaking Wisconsin, Illinois.
Yo,
I'll tell you
I
what,
live in
really-
both.
I think
Woo!
that's really, Chris, you're a great guy. Don't be surprised when you get loads of people following you. Great content. You know, I think that's the thing, right? So Instagram's a different world, right? It's a completely different world. It's
Dude, it
not
is. It's a
not-
lot of fun, man.
like YouTube. Well, there's good and bads on it, right? There's definitely good and bad.
There is. There's a lot of haters on there, man. A
Don't
lot of people
ever
that talk
buy-
mad shit.
listen, you don't ever frivolously buy anything from anybody because the majority of the people out there are just trying to take your money and run and get it.
I don't know. I'm waiting on that Van Winkle I just bought for $125.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. You don't
Dude,
have to do that.
dude, if it's 15-year or older, you got fleeced, bro.
Well, he's being facetious. Mike's just
I
being.
know he is.
Are you?
I know he's being a smartass. I'm talking MSRP.
He had
and being a
pictures.
shit.
Yeah, your pictures that you took 3 years ago.
Right.
No, but you know the funny thing is that like there's certain people out there, but the people that are good are absolutely like legit. They're really good people. But the weird thing that you have that I don't really see in the YouTube universe is you don't have cliques. You don't have high school cliques. Oh, you're not in our clique, so you're not included. YouTube, that doesn't exist. Everybody talks. Everybody supports to some level. Maybe not the highest level, but everybody supports at some level. Everybody. That does not happen in Instagram. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, Instagram's a little more free for all.
They're a little bit more about how do I make myself better and profitize myself and not have lots of fun with my friends unless all my friends are to the point I'm at.
So how do you get monetized on Instagram?
It's a different beast. It's
A different breed, man.
It's a
way different
different
breed.
profile. You have to have a lot more people. You know, like in YouTube, it's 1,000. What is it? 1,000, right?
1,000 subs and
hours.
4,000 minutes or something.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
like a watch time and this stuff. Instagram is about getting to like a certain point. I don't remember the actual analytics of it. I looked at it one time and I thought, you know what? I just really wanted nothing more than to. I'm an instructional guy. I love that. Now, Fire Friday is not instructional, but I have done like weird stuff where I've did like in Instagram. I literally will seek out people that have DM me for collab. And I'll look at them and say, have they ever collabed? And no one's ever collabed them. And I was like, well, that's so terrible. Why hasn't someone done that? And then I'll reach out to someone that's never had that. And be like, hey, you want to do something together? What do you like? And all that stuff. And then I'll do that, right? Like, I can tell you now, like one of the greatest women I've ever met in the tubes was someone that had that statement. It's a sarcastic whiskey wench, and I plug her all the time. You have this great woman that's a United States transplant that was in Scotland for a while. Now she's in the UK. She went from bourbon to scotches, and she knows her shit, like on point knows her shit on scotches and Irish and all this stuff. And she had never went live. And she went live with me the very first time that Adriana went live with me. I literally did a 2-part Fire Friday segment. The first part was sarcastic whiskey wench. The second part was Adriana. That was Adriana's first live ever, was on my Instagram. And that's why I'm like such a big supporter of Adriana and Sarah from the Wench, because they were great humans, and they just were trying to figure out, how do I do this thing? And they asked me, what do I do? I was like, listen, just talk and talk about what you like, and that'll be good enough. And you'll figure it out.
And I think, it's one thing I know Whiskey knows and is always talking about subs. For Marty, he and I talked about this, and I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but like if you're in it for the long haul, like that's so much less important.
It's about the quality. It's about the quality of your subs. Everybody that's in my stuff, I have 17 people in here. I guarantee almost every one of those people has made a comment in the sidebar. Right. I was on another show tonight.
At least if they're logged in, yeah.
Yeah, pre-game
tonight. Your live time, right, Chris?
I know. We're gonna change it to 11:50. I gave everybody a last call. Anybody wants to come in, the link is pinned. We're gonna keep on talking. We're gonna have a few more pours.
I'm gonna stay in either front page or back page until 1, and then at 1 o'clock in the morning I'll jump off.
Yeah. So if any of you guys want to jump in, please feel free, man. Join the crew. We're going to hang out. We're going to shoot the shit. You will not be on YouTube live. You'll be on the backside of StreamYard. So don't worry about anybody seeing anything or hearing anything you say. It's not recorded when it's back there. You're all good.
Hey, Mike.
Come on, Richie Z. You tried to come on to ours last night, buddy.
Hey, Mike.
We are almost a quarter of the way to monetization on subs. But I feel like we do like these long streams, right? And we are only almost halfway to watch hours.
Yeah, but
dude, that's awesome.
How many subs do
you guys do? Like 12-hour streams, man.
Yeah, it's like we've done a 6-hour stream.
Yeah, how many subs you have, Mike?
We have 220.
Okay, well, you're doing good. Like
no, it's good. Like, I mean,
really good.
I'm not even sure we're going to qualify for the monetization policy.
Next year. Next year.
Yeah. Well, how many watch hours do you have to have? Don't you have to have like 4,000?
4,000. Yeah, we're at 1,900.
Are you kidding me? Holy cow.
Yeah, but you have to have 1,000 subs.
Yeah, you still got to get to 1,000.
I know that. Yeah. You guys absolutely crush me on that.
Daniel H. At Richie
I just looked at me. Wow.
Did you see what you put in there? That's funny.
How many watch hours do you have?
Who?
212.
Really?
I had 140 hours on my first video the first week.
Dude, I sometimes I don't think it's accurate. And we had to pull down the Epic stream too, so that doesn't count the pulled down stream.
Oh, damn.
Listen, my very biggest viewed watch hour everything stream, I literally had to delete. I didn't even know it was a stream I did.
Yeah, where did Tony Two Toes go? He was on and then he bailed.
What? He's here. We got a couple.
Wasn't he in the video?
All right, guys, you got 1 more minute to jump on, then we're going to kill the live stream. Richie Z, come on, man. Come to the backside. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can just talk with us. If any of you don't want to show your face, you can just talk in the backside, or you can be part of the private chat. Doesn't matter. We're all in. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm waiting.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I Marty and I were talking, and because he gets, he's a sensitive dude, man. Like he puts his heart into this shit, and I'm like, dude, just
he does.
The same thing I told Swags, man, is you got to have fun
10,
with this. Don't put so much pressure on.
9,
Yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5,
No worries, James Morgan.
4, 3, 2, 1. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for stopping out. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Leave a comment after the stream is over. All of our deets are in the bottom for me and Bourbon Battalion. Please go like and subscribe to any of our social media channels. Our Patreons are on there as well. We appreciate any help you give our channel. Thank you for coming out tonight and being part of another episode of Big League Bourbon. We'll be back next week at 9:15 Central, just like we are every week. I appreciate everyone that participated in the giveaway this week. It helps the channel keep on going. I love you all. I'll see you next week. Peace, y'all. Everybody else in the backside, I'll see you there.
Cheers.